Sir, can we start, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
Good morning to all dignitaries.
Yes, please, Gayatri, start.
Good morning to all dignitaries. I, Professor Gayatri Nerkar, feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to our honorable guest speaker, Mr. Shahid Ahmed, Director Dr. Meghna Bhilare ma'am, our Associate Director Dr. Vishal Vadaskar sir, Head of the Department MBA Dr. Tejashri Talla ma'am, Head of the Department MCA Dr. Shikha Dubey ma'am, faculty members, and all my dear participants. As we all know, yesterday we got very talented resource persons. We felt extremely delighted to have resource persons like Dr. Vidya Patil, Associate Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, AISSMS COE, Pune. She focused on application of design thinking tools for right problem identification and solution development. Dr. Vishal Vadaskar sir, Associate Director, DYPIMR, who gave insights on achieving academic excellence through application of design thinking and Mr. Gururaj Dangre sir, Assistant Professor, PIBM, and he focused on innovative entrepreneurship, business systems, and design. Aims are not bad things. They just mean that something else is about to begin. As we all know that today is the last day of our FDP. ATAL FDP sessions are designed to enhance the teaching and other skills of the faculty, to make all the faculty aware about modern teaching tools and methodologies. ATAL FDP provides an opportunity to acquire knowledge about current technological developments in relevant fields. It will not only promote the professional practices relevant to the technical education, but also motivates the faculty to achieve competitive teaching and learning environment, thus channelizing development with respect to academic qualifications and personal matters. And I'm quite sure that after attending these 5-day sessions, we will achieve the most important objective of ATAL FDP. I profusely elated to take an opportunity to introduce our guest speaker of the day, Mr. Shahid Ahmed. He is a designer. He has 7+ years of experience in industry, worked with brands like General Motors, Maruti Suzuki, Ola Electric Mobility, and associated with multiple startups as a design advisor across India. He is also associated with Delhi Technological University, formerly known as Delhi College of Engineering, for his PhD. He is also associated with multiple design colleges around India as a design expert like IIT Mumbai, DJ Academy, UPES, Kerala State Design School, and multiple business schools for designer thinking sessions. Currently, he is associated with Ola Electric Mobility for their future projects. Now, I would like to request our director, Dr. Meghna Bhilare ma'am, to felicitate virtually our today's resource person, Mr. Shahid Ahmed.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So can we start the session now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We can.
Okay, so I'll just share my screen. I hope you can see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So as I got to know, like this is the last day of the design thinking session, and design thinking right now, the mostly like 99% of the industries are adopting. Okay. I'll be taking through the how the industries are adopting as well as the how colleges or the faculty member adopt these strategies to enhance the quality of the outputs in terms of a student which you are going to the professional field, as well as the product output which is coming from the professional world. Okay, so before starting everything, I'll be taking some quick inputs from your side, as you have gone through design thinking from last 4 days. You're think is like continuously studying about like what is design, what is design thinking, and all, how you have to behave with respect to each other. So I have a few questions regarding it. Like, can anybody tell me what is design? Just a quick one liner or anything. That would be a great interactive session. It can be an icebreaker with me, and then we can start easily. Anybody? See, it can be wrong and right, as you people are also saying to the students, like it can be wrong and right, but in the field of design, it is actually implementing. So whatever you feel, you can say. Am I audible to you guys?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. So Vishal sir, like how like do we have like students also, or the
No,
all the faculty members are there?
all
How
the
it is?
participants are faculty members.
Faculty members. Okay, so this is my like 6th, 7th experience with all the faculty members. Good. So even I have delivered these sessions in outside industries. So I've seen these mutes a lot. No problem, guys. I'll just take
A
it
few
forward.
responses are there in the chat.
Okay. Okay.
This
Oh,
is
yes.
Archana sir. I think it is the process to convert requirements into a product, keeping human as a source of main focus point.
Oh, yes. Okay. So Archana, yeah, you're right, Archana. Actually, this can be counted into attractive appearance. This is also one part of it. Design thinking is iterative process to design is interactive. See, design is not an already individual interactive process of doing anything. Okay, so when we are going to the design process, then we can say it is a process of iterations or the development. But design individually not the process actually. Making things better, that can be counted. Yes. Okay. So like as I am into design industry from last few years, so I have my way of seeing the design. I'll just take you to that. Okay. Before that, I'll just show you a few things which I like, what is design and what can be done in terms of design actually. So what I feel is like design is to design the process of a design. So that design initially that can be a concept, that can be a simple system designing, that can be a planning of anything. So if I take to the entrepreneurship, so if you want to design suppose lunchbox, so how the entrepreneur will think, okay, my lunchbox is different from the other lunchbox which is there in the industries, to be from Tupperware or the Milton or the Borsell, like there are multiple design industries are we are developing these kind of lunchboxes. So we have to think like each process into the development of XYZ product can be individually called as design of that thing. Okay, so if I am taking through the system, which is kind of managing the finances, that can also be a design individually. How an individual is basically managing his finances in the company which is having like 10,000 people or something. Okay, and that planning, that execution, that individual elements are having some design inputs into it. So individually, if you see, each and everything is having a design process into it, a design individuality into it. So that can be counted into it. So this is a very famous quote by Professor John. I personally like this, so I thought just to put it over there so that we can also see how he is thinking, how the design goes. These are few things which I feel design is the purest form of each expression. As I mentioned earlier, as we are taking the example of finance industry or something, so how a smooth, how expression of a finance industries goes smoother way to get an output, we can consider into design. Actually, somebody mentioned about the appearance. The appearance is also the expression how we see a product. So if I can see like there are multiple seniors are there, especially in my age. If you see the products like the old washing machines, the design was quite raw. The design was quite rigid. The sections or we are not able to see the digital face at that time. But now if you see, each product is having some digital inputs into it so that it will be easy to use by the users. Okay. And the digital interface is not only giving the easiness to the users, it is also enhancing the product enhancement when it is stationary in his living room or in the balcony or anywhere. If you see the older washing machines, it is like an hardcore rigid box which is stationary in the living room or in the balcony. But if you see the new washing machine which is having like a color balance are there, metallic finishes are there. Okay, so that can also come to the design expressions of each and every individuals. Okay. Okay, now one more question from my side. What is thinking? What do you feel? I'll just open the chat box so I can see a few people prefer to write into that. Anybody wants to put something in the chat box? Yes, Sachna ma'am. Okay, no problem. So see, when we think, there are like certain elements which is directly correlating with the soul of the individuals. So that can be correlate with the feeling, that can come to the how we see the thing, how we are feeling the thing, how visually we are enhancing or adopting that thing. Okay, this is good or this is bad. So if you go to a shopping market, the way you are seeing an object, I'm repeating this thing, the way you are seeing an object, it is very, very important the person will buy that object or not. The visual and the visual senses of Indian consumers are going basically growing like in a different multiplications. So if we see around 1990s, the Indian consumers are always looking for a black and white objects. But in 21st centuries, what is happening? People are adopting colorful, fluorescent color. People are coming up with a blend of white or some other blends are there. It is not only in the automotive industry or in the, because automotive industry we are easily able to see on the roads. But if we see small products like washing machine, lunchbox, even the pens, the pens. Previously we were using the Renault pens. You might have seen the relaunch with Arvind Kejriwal these days, but I haven't seen after that actually. Only he's the guy who's using that Renault pens, but I haven't used. I might have seen with my elder brothers or sisters hand at a long time back, but I haven't seen people are using Renault pen now. People are adopting to go with like cello pens or these Agils were there. There was a time like 2005 or something. So people are adopting towards new color schemes, the visual things. So because of that, I just put a few things over there, which is this. So how people feel, the color is important. The smell of that particular product is also important, and how we are visualizing the thing. These things are basically directly putting thinking behind one person's mind, which is the user, the final user of us. Okay. So cumulatively, when we talk design thinking is basically revolved around this guy, which is user. In our case, when we are interacting with the students, we have to treat our students as a user. So when we deliver some lectures or when we're giving some assignment to them, so we have to basically interact with them in such a way they are the final outcome of our study. They are the final outcome of our process. So we have to revolve everything around them. Yeah. So normally we see design thinking having some multiple elements into it. So that is like empathize, define, ideate, prototyping, testing, and implement. And these processes are basically interrelated to each other. So I hope you have gone through all these things. Can anybody just speak up and just tell me like what all we have covered in this? Because I have a small assignment for you guys. If you willing to interact, it will be more useful for me. So who is willing to speak up?
What is the question?
So I just asked like what all elements you have gone through during this.
Covered all these.
Mhm.
Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test.
So
Implementation is something which is, I think it's a feedback part.
yes, but it is basically what I feel is like it is basically interacting mostly with the testing phase of it, right? Yeah. So do we have mm, like every participant have the cameras right on? Can we see their faces? And there's one more question from my side, like participants are participating from their home or their offices? Because my I would say the small interactive session will be supposed to be interacting with more. Like if you're interacting with, if you're in home, then I'll be creating my assignment with respect to that. And if you're working from office, then I'll be just try to see how we can do it.
Good morning, sir. I'm in my campus actually, but I'm listening to you.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, Kriti ma'am, so you must be with sitting with someone, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, cool then. Okay, okay. So my main intention is to like individually, if I give some exam like assignment, we can't fulfill it. So I would try to take you from this individuality, and we'll be trying like in the second session after this small break, we'll be trying to focusing more into the testing on the implementing phase. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So again, I would ask you just open the cameras so that I can interact more nicely with you guys. If you are comfortable, everybody, please. Yeah, Preeti ma'am is there. Yeah, yeah. Okay, no problem. So I'll be giving a small assignments, so which hardly takes around like 10 to 15 minutes of your time. And I'll be needing one A4 size or any notebook with you, or a pencil or a pen with you. Okay, hope everybody will have that. Okay, a notebook and a pen, and a partner who you will be working with. Okay. So if you are in your home, you can work with your children's or your wife or husband, or if you are in campus, you can interact with the colleague of yours. Okay, so each individual have to basically see, normally when I work with the teachers, I go with a lunchbox. So I thought is better because colleagues are normally interacting more on the lunches. Okay, so I would ask you to design lunchbox for your partner or a colleague which is sitting next to you. Okay, what you have to do is like whatever you have learned. Okay, don't put it now. Okay, let's see what new we'll learn in this. So you have to design a lunchbox so that he or she can carry to his place, workplace, and while he was going for office or something. I hope, is it fine? Teachers, you have to speak. Otherwise,
Yes.
yeah, thank you. So what you have to do is like, you have to design a lunchbox, okay? Which is like 3 box, 2 box, which is totally dependent on you. A triangular shape, circular shape, rectangular shape, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Okay. At the same time, I would ask you to, if you are willing to share a screen, that is fine. Okay, or if you can just put in. Do we have the chat box? Yeah. So you have to basically open your camera and show me what you have done. Okay. So why I'm asking you to do it basically? See, when we are designing something, so my session will more take you through the designing side of it more and the implementation side of it more. And as I mentioned already, the implementation testing are basically working together. Okay, so that's why we'll be more focusing on how the testing works to enhance the quality or to enhance the final output of the product. So as we have seen from last 4 days that okay, we have to empathize the user with what kind of product, what kind of output their user is looking for. Then we have to define okay what actual needs that user is having these days to get a product or a system or anything. Okay, then when we have the actual definition, okay, then we jump to the ideation phase. But I am asking directly jump on the ideation now. Why I'm asking you to skip these 2-3 things? Because first we have to see what is in our mind. Okay, what we are thinking with respect to the unknown user. We are not taking any user input these starting में. Okay, once we complete something, then we directly jump to the testing phase and see what kind of input we are getting. Okay. Or the partner who you are associated with. If you're in this session, you can basically design something your colleague like the who's designing for you. So you can do it like a vice versa thing. Okay. So I can't ask you your kids to draw for you. If you want to join them, that would be great, I guess.
Sir, I have made one. It's a very basic. I don't know whether
That
it's
is fine.
visible or not. It's a
It is.
simple.
Yeah, it's a
simple
rectangular
case.
slab which is
Yeah,
having
it's a
some
simple
circular holes.
case, and you are having 3 boxes in this.
Mhm.
There is a because it's a hotkey type of a thing. You have a electric plug with it,
Mhm.
and you have a temperature indicator also.
Okay.
As soon it reaches to particular temperature, because this idea came to because I have not empathized. This came in my mind of my own, because in Delhi you have a winters may you feel like having a hot this thing lunch. So that's why we have I have used the hot case type of a thing. And temperature indicator is sometimes we plug in the hot with this lunch box and we forget it, and it will so temperature indicator, and once it reaches to a particular temperature, it will cut off and it will switch off this thing
Itself,
uh,
yes.
that's what it is.
Okay.
We can add a lot of things in this, but then that will depend on once you get the requirement from the user.
From the user.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. So anybody else have done something? Anybody? Okay. No problem. As you all are basically, I'll just take you through this. Yeah. So we were talking about this particular circle, which is giving you the full design thinking process. And I have asked you not to follow any of the process till now. Neither emphasize anything. There is no need of defining ideation. I have directly asked you to directly ideate with respect to the of your thinking, what you think the output can be. Okay, and then we can go for the prototyping if the things allowed. What for the online session, the prototyping not allowed, the feasibility. So we'll not jumping onto this. Okay. So as ma'am has mentioned that there is one output which she has think of. There are multiple reasons she has put it behind it. Okay. But when we emphasize or define with respect to the user or a defined user, I would say, why the defined user is I have emphasized on more. Like defined user are basically the ultimate customer of that particular product. Okay. So on this node, I would say when we are designing something, we have to see the all requirements which supposed to be come from the user side of it. Okay, that can be the feeling of the user, that can be the visual elements of the user, that can be the technical inputs of the user, because technically user won't give you the actual requirement what he's looking for. Okay, so normally user says like I'm looking for a lunchbox, which is normally when I go in winters, if my food is getting cold, so can you please give me a lunchbox which is having some plug-in system so that I can hot my food and I can easily take it in the winters. Okay, but user won't be telling like which kind of technology you have to use to get the food hot. Or you will not be telling me, okay, if you can put one microwave in the office, I can basically warm my food and I can use it multiple times. Okay, but user will be giving a small desi bhasha mein कि भाई मुझे डब्बा चाहिए, I want to heat it up, I want to take that food so that I won't be I will take the home fresh food taste every day or during my lunches. Okay, so what we have to do in the testing. Okay, so testing is basically if I am eliminating the initial two phases of the design thinking, again I am directly jumping to the testing. In testing, basically sometime my suppose ma'am, can I get your name? Hello. Okay, no problem. Okay. So actually, as ma'am has mentioned, one rectangular box. But what kind of output we have? What kind of output she is
Sorry,
thinking?
sir, you were asking my name. It's Dr. Archana Sar. I thought
Yeah.
you were referring to somebody else.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. So as Rachna ma'am has mentioned that she has designed something which is rectangular shape, is having circular boxes inside it. Okay. So what I am asking you is like basically eliminate these, emphasize and define, but in the last when you go for the testing with respect to user will say okay मुझे तो ये चाहिए ही नहीं था. User will say मुझे तो I'm looking for a circular boxes only because rectangular is quite heavy or anything can come. Okay, normally it goes ulta with respect to the design industries. Circular things takes lots of space. Okay, because the edges at the corner is having eating up the spaces, and you can easily accumulate the spherical boxes for the transportation or the facilities. That will be much easier. So that is on the design side of it. But when we talk about the design thinking mostly, so I am asking you to basically jump onto the testing first. Okay. You will be thinking like why he's asking, he's asking to jump on directly testing first, because the user is basically evolving around that. Okay, ultimately I can make something, but I can't sell something or anything as per se. So if I'm making which is not tested, my user said okay I want this thing, but when it is there in the market, my user is not buying it. Why is not buying it? Because it was not tested. We have empathized, we have sitted with the user like maybe thousands of hours, we have developed something which can be very useful for the user. But when it is in the shelf, my user is not buying it. That we have to see that why my user is not buying. Okay, so there the testing and the implementation phase is very important. As I am from the automotive design industries, we test our vehicles 2 years before introducing to the people. Normally, an automotive design industry works for a time development time cycle of 4.5 years. We design the product in initial 1.5 year, and then after 3 years or 2 years, depend on the industries, different OEMs, I would say, we have to see like how much time it will take to deliver the lecture. Sorry, actually, I mean the lecture side to deliver the product with the final product output or the SOP. The SOP is basically sale on start of production. Okay, so why we are doing testing, this much testing? Because testing is basically sometimes take us back to the emphasize phase. But normally when we see some design thinking sessions or some design thinking diagram, we are not interrelating testing directly to the emphasize phase. But I am asking you to directly interacting to like directly take to the emphasize phase and then redefine the product. Okay, redefine the product with the new definition. Anybody was saying something? Or maybe it is by mistake. Okay. So as you all are from the management background, you might have gone through this, which is double diamond method. Yes or no? Rachna ma'am, I'll refer to you because you are more easily responding to me.
Sir, actually, I'm not from management side, but still I have gone through this. This is actually the convergent and divergent method of understanding the problem and creating the solution for this.
Yeah. So what I have evolved in this thing is like, I have given you triple diamond in this. What
I know about 2 diamonds only.
Yeah, so there is one more. When we do testing, we have to test in multiple areas actually. So how these diamonds work in the initial one. So whenever we get one design brief for designing a product or anything, we will be giving every aspect how that particular product can evolve, what all I can do in that particular product, okay, what all problems are there. Then in this phase, we have to define these problems. And slowly, suppose we have like 100 or 1,000 problems, but in those 1,000 problems, only 10 or 20 are basically actual problems, which is actually creating issues to the user. So then we are narrowing down. That is like normal circle. Then again, when we narrow down, we have to ideate. We are narrowing the problem. That is not the solution. But for creating solution, we again have to converge to get multiple solutions. And these solutions come over here. When we create solution, when we create concepts, these concepts can be non-feasible with respect to the money involved, with respect to the technology involved, with respect to the existing manufacturing facilities involved. Okay. Then again, we converge and we develop something. Okay. Then if we develop one car or one single product, how I know that particular product is ready to use by the user? Because user will say, okay, this is a new product. I'm not getting that particular pitch. I was not getting that particular kick to start it, to use it. Okay. Then I'm introducing you this. We have to again take one more diamond for the studies for testing. So you have to test that particular product with respect to the segments, with respect to the users, with respect to the technological environment advancement. Okay, again, you have to test it. And this is not like I'm just introducing to you, because I'm using it in my professional life. That's why I can easily give to you. As I'm also associated with multiple design colleges. So I've basically tested this formula, and it is giving you the final output. In such a way, people can easily use it, people can easily adopt it, so that they can't go back. They can't go back because of n number of reasons. Okay. When we are here, so we have to see all the features, like how my product is behaving in this actual scenario. If I'm designing that particular lunchbox, okay, how my particular product is behaving with respect to the scenarios in the Delhi winters, in the Pune winters, or in the Bangalore winters. Okay, is my food is getting spoiled if I'm heating once? Because normally when we take sessions, sometimes we just put it on the heating and they were like, okay, there is one more lecture, there is one more interaction, there's one more quick expert session, so we'll be again engaging in that. So my food is not getting spoiled for reuse or for reheat. Okay, because sometime in a home, our old moms used to say is like, जब भी गरम करना है तो like put it like a proper boil, then only switch off the flame. Otherwise, the food will get spoiled if it is half boiled or half cooked basically. So it is basically working in this way. So when we test it, we have to test in such a way. Okay. So I hope this is a new thing which you are getting these days in this session, guys. Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm asking like this is the new thing which you get it. The third diamond.
Which one? Just a second, sir.
Sure. Somebody just messaged Shiva Sharma. Yeah.
It's already covered, sir. It's already covered. Stages are covered.
Achha ma'am, you're referring to me, is it?
So third diamond is something what I have understood that testing me, you also have to take the way you have done it in empathize phase, that you take all options. So that we have to do in testing phase also. That is what you just want to like you have to do it from all perspective as far as testing is considered. Yeah.
Yes.
So the first will be the convergent phase, which will be you have to take all the possible testing plans which you have to do, and then you have to focus on one or two, which will be the final as far as the product is concerned.
Yes.
Okay, because third I have not done the third diamond. First and second diamond.
So normally, yeah. So I'll try to take this with respect to a product. So we were talking about a lunchbox, which is Rachna ma'am have done it. We'll be taking around everything that. Okay. So I have given you this. So you know about this first diamond, which already covered. You have understand a lot about it. So I'll be taking you guys from here actually. So when we ideate with respect to the with respect to our understanding as well as the input understanding from the user, right? That ideation is basically giving you somewhere around 10 solutions, suppose. Okay. Out of these 10 solutions, you have eliminated, suppose, 5 solutions because of money constraints, because the feasibility is not there with respect to the amount we have to manufacture this. Okay. The feasibility is...
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Can you increase your volume little bit?
Okay. I can just try to speak a bit more louder. Now it's fine?
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So as I'm mentioning, when we ideate, we'll be ideating like suppose 10 solutions. But when we go for the prototyping, we have to eliminate some solution or some concept to like 2, 3 or 1 solution. Why we are doing it? There's some certain constraints are there. Okay, those constraints can be money, can be technological advancement, can be the production capability of anything. Okay, or in terms of education, I would say we are narrowing down the things in terms of the availability of the tools in the labs, in terms availability of the sessions or the experts in the industries. Okay, so we are narrowing down the things with respect to that. But now we are talking of the lunchbox, so I'll be taking everything to related to the production or a product actually. So we have, when we are developing a prototype, we have reduced to 2 prototype of a lunchbox. Okay. When we built a lunchbox, 2 prototype for lunchbox, how will you validating? We'll be validating through testing phase only. Okay. That testing phase, I'm asking you to again converge and try to interact with the user, as many as user actually. So when you were empathizing, you were entering with the user. You will be sitting with the user and asking what he or she is not liking about the lunchbox. Okay. At the same time, when we testing, again, you have to take actual product and ask them what they are looking. Is it there in the box? What they are missing in the previous generation of lunch boxes, it is there in this particular thing. What kind of color theme they are looking. Okay, so when you see some product in Amazon, I guess you'll be seeing color options are there. Why we are putting these color options? Because it is, we can if we around go back around 10 to 15 years, we can again go for like a white or black color lunch boxes, which normally we were using old days, or these raw red or raw blues. Even I was using when I was a kid. Okay, but now these days we are using the fluorescent, we are using silicon logs. Okay, so that sorry, so that the oil doesn't spill out while traveling or something. Okay, so these kind of things we have to test with the user only. Okay, in testing, basically there are 2 types of testing, I would say. One is directly interacting with the user. One we have to see in the actual case scenarios, that we also can do it in the lab or in our facility, whatever we have. Okay, so in testing we have to converse, that is more important. Okay, then when we are converging, we'll be narrowing down to 1 or 2. Okay, suppose my colors were initially, when I was developing the prototype, I was thinking, okay, I'll be launching my product into 10 different colors. When I was interacting during my testing phase, my customer or my personal intuitions basically click is like, okay, this particular color is not pitching good. I'll be reducing to like somewhere around 8 colors or 7 colors, which is more popular in the market. Okay, because when we are emphasizing, we were not thinking of these things, what kind of color we were using, or how the visual appearance of the particular product. We were mostly looking for the functionality in the emphasize and design. Okay, so here I'm asking you to think of these elements also, which is very, very important with respect to product development. Okay, so then we have to see, okay, the color is very, very important. The visual appearance is very, very important, because visual appearance is growing like anything in this 21st century. Previously, people are buying the stuff because of the functionality. These days, people are buying this stuff because of the sense of appearance, I would say. So appearance is very, very important these days. Am I audible now, Sugna? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I am again and again basically trying to putting you like we have to basically open our arm to get more inputs from the user side of it, or the definition or the problem which we have understand during the define phase. So what all we have to do in this, that will be mostly focusing on this. Okay. So as I have given you one small assignment to design a lunchbox, now I would ask you to interact with the partner. Okay, how that particular lunchbox is really or can be designed with respect to colors as the visual appearance as well. Okay, you have given me functionality, you have given me the use case scenarios, but you haven't given me these 2 elements, because the industries or the customer taste is developing with respect to that. I guess like old teachers can easily relate to it. I'm asking old teachers actually. When they were teaching the old school way, the new generation kids are not adopting easily. Why it is happening? Because their taste of seeing education is different. The taste of seeing the education is different these days. They are looking for the functionality. They are looking for the how they can use it, but they want to enjoy the education these days. The same thing goes with the product design industries or the product development industries also. User is not only looking for a functional output from product. He's looking for a status. He's looking for the appearance. Okay, if I'm carrying this particular thing, people will think, okay, he's from this different level. The kind of scenarios or the kind of surrounding he is a bit different. That's why if you see any kind of product in the shelf also, shelf as in the shopping malls, you'll be seeing a different zones which is created by the individual companies. Why they are not putting every lunchbox into one single segment? Why the Borosil or the Tupperware is there in the different shelf? Okay, so these types of things we have to think these days. That's why the testing. That's why the testing is very important. Normally, is I'm going a bit faster or is fine?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Is it fine now? Is it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So normally when we see this is I have taken from Introduction Design Foundation. This foundation is basically quite well known in the design thinking process development. Okay, that is well known and well defined. People are basically try to use this particular process a lot, but if you see, they haven't put anything behind the testing. But normally when we go up, we'll see one more phase, which is implementation phase. This came from an NNN group. Don Norman group is there basically, who is taking design thinking to a different way of working in the industries as well as in the education factor. So I have intentionally put this, how the testing and the implementation can work together. So I'm majorly focusing on this area so that we can easily understand how the industries or the output can implement it with the proper testing. Okay, so normally when we see this, we can say we are taking this, we are emphasizing, we are defining, we are ideating and prototyping. This is the thing which is test or testing phase. In the testing phase, you can see these arrows basically directly diverting to the emphasized phase as well. As I was mentioning, we have to sometime go back to this, what I have done wrong, because my consumer, my user said, I want a lunchbox which is supposed to be circular in shape. Okay, and I can easily heat it up. I can it can be looking cool when I'm carrying it. It can be looking. It can directly relate to my status. Okay, because I am an associate professor of XYZ University. So I'll not be carrying a lunchbox of old school, that steel one, that dabba kind of a stem with the 3 circular boxes. I'll be looking something like a Tupperware or a Boricel. Okay, so just hold on, guys. Sorry, just give me 2 minutes. As I was mentioning, that we have to go back to empathize phase and define phase again and again when we are developing. So I would like, do we have time in this session? Yes, we have, I guess. So I would like to show you one small video how the design thinking basically changing the way we are developing a product. How many of you have seen the IDEO video till now? Anyone have seen this? Just give me 1 minute, I'll just share my screen again. Okay. It's supposed to be here. Okay, I just opened it. Yes. Is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's visible.
So yeah, I would ask you to just go through it and please tell me once the sounds are audible to you guys. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Audible and visible, both.
So I'll be taking through a small industry which was very, very small in 1990s, but right now it is the only industry which is working only on design thinking, and it is one of the biggest design agency in the world actually in terms of design thinking implementation. As we have gone through this design thinking sessions, I would ask you to just see, give me few minutes just to see this thing. Okay, and if you have any query, I'll be in the session. You can just unmute and just tell me. I'll just freeze it and we can just discuss over it.
Sir, the voice is not coming.
The voice is not coming? Okay.
Share with sound.
Sir, can you share it with sound?
Yes, I'll just try to again share.
Share screen with sound.
So there will be the option share with sound.
Yes. Is it fine? I guess. Just hold
It's
on.
coming.
It's coming?
Not yet started, sir.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. I hope I have to.
It's different.
Good morning.
Okay,
Good
okay,
morning.
Sir, it's perfectly working now.
Now it's working. Okay, so I'll just take it back.
It used to be that you deferred to the boss.
Is it the boss is always going to have the best ideas? Not likely.
Here, nimble fingers, alert minds, and tireless machines.
And it used to be in most companies that chaos was discouraged.
This is where the crazies live. This is where we do our work. It's different.
Good morning. Good morning.
Used to be you were supposed to climb the corporate ladder.
Good morning.
Status is who comes up with the best ideas, not who's the oldest, not who's been with the company longest, not who has that biggest title. If you go into a culture and there's a bunch of stiffs going around, I can guarantee they're not likely to invent anything.
You could stack us up big as you want. That's great. Thanks a lot. And we had a great time today.
Well, forget the way it used to be. Tonight, the deep dive. One company's secret weapon for innovation. As near the end, as a matter of fact, you will hear one of the central characters suggest that we look around. The only thing that's not designed by anybody, he will say, is nature. Actually, you could say the same thing by observing that the only designs that don't require constant modification are the ones we find in nature. But the point is well taken. From the buildings in which we live and work to the cars we drive or the knives and forks with which we eat, everything we use was designed to create some sort of marriage between form and function. Does it work, and can we make it look interesting or attractive? What is truly amazing is how long we tend to put up with things that may not work particularly well or may look especially unattractive simply because we're accustomed to them and because no one has ever suggested redesigning those things. There's an interesting distinction between design and invention. Whoever came up with the idea of dental floss, for example, was an inventor, but the man or woman who put it inside that clever little plastic box that lets you tear off just the right length, that was a designer. Now, how does the process of designing a better product work? And would it be interesting to watch that process? When we first broadcast this program back in February, we weren't at all sure what you would think, but judging by the number of you who ordered video cassettes of the program and the number of people who contacted the industrial product, here was the premise of the brief update on.
I hope you like this, everybody. Everybody awake? Is it before lunch, I guess?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I thought people are sleeping. Yeah. So this is the first time, I guess, you have gone through this video. So as I was mentioning, this is the very first the agency which is kind of following the design thinking, each process slowly, and how they are converting into a final outcome. So you might have seen in the last, when they go for testing, they were not having a full-fledged product because of time constraints or the limitations of XYZ products. Okay, but still they are testing. And while they're testing, they are basically kind of checking all the boxes what they have gone through the emphasize in the defined phase. But it's still, in the last, what the group head was mentioning, that like still things are need to be developed with the testing. So testing is basically a key role while we are designing any kind of a product thing. Okay. So how many of you have liked this thing? Can you please just tell me? Because this is quite quiet session from my side, I would say, because normally teachers ask their students to speak, and I'm asking my student to speak, but they're not speaking. Everybody fine? Or they must be busy in their official work, is it? So I just asked some queries like what all you have seen new with respect to design thinking in this video. We have roughly around 90 participants in this. Speak up, anyone. I just want to make it a bit more interactive. Yeah. And the chat box is open, I guess. Team members, participation. I guess people are not willing to open up. Is it because of the senior faculty members? I can see some fans, and I can see some white shirt actually with a DY PATIL ID strap. But people are not willing to speak. That is quite strange from the faculty sessions participants. Okay, okay. No problem. It happens normally. But as I was mentioning, okay, I'll be giving you the small assignment which started from designing a lunchbox. Now, we have to go back and whatever you have done. And this time I want to see after this break session, I want to interact with you guys a bit more. And I want everybody to just open their cameras in the next session so that it will be more interactive. And we'll be seeing how the testing can change the product output. Okay. Or I have to go to old school way by just naming and asking you what you have done. Right, Shiva Sharma? Shiva Sharma, sir. That's quite strange. So we are winding up for that small break of 15 minutes, and I'll be looking for the outputs from the lunchbox designing. Okay, and we'll be seeing how we can change that with respect to the testing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll be pushing off for 15 minutes. Yeah.
It will be 15 minutes break. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So you are over
Screen
here.
is visible, sir.
Yes. And I'm audible, I hope, nicely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we were talking about the design thinking process, and before basically digging more into it, basically, as I've asked you, about redesigning or designing a lunchbox, who all have covered that? Who want to share actually? You can just open the camera, and we can just share it from there. You can see what all you people have done. Okay, there's some bug over here. Okay. Anybody? Okay. So as we are a faculty over here, so who wants to take the lead and just to share what they have done while designing the lunchbox? As I've asked you to design a lunchbox, okay. Some people have designed it. I think Rachna ma'am must shared that thing in the first half, and in the second half, I asked is like, okay, now you have to test with respect to the user what all is there. The user in our case would be your colleague who's sitting next to you, or those who are working from home, their kids or their partners. Okay, nobody have done something or anything, I would say. Anybody wants to speak? Yeah, Priyanka ma'am, are you there? Okay, I guess nobody willing wants to speak. No problem. Okay, yeah. Yeah. See, this is the standard introduction design foundation page where the testing is basically interrelated to limited number of stages. It is related to ideate, it is related to define, and it is related to empathize. But what we have seen so far is like testing is basically is going in a different way. Testing is kind of the crown of the process. So intentionally I have did this process in a different way. So empathize is the base process where we are timing, then we move up to defining the problems, then we go up to ideate, then we go up to prototype, and the testing phase comes up, right? Now testing is basically why the testing is leading everything, because without zero testing our product output can be zero, and this testing can be directly integrated to prototype. We might have to change the prototyping method, we might have to change the ideation, or we have to start from scratch. Okay, we might have to redefine the issues sometimes, because as I mentioned, sometimes our user don't know what he is actually looking for. Okay, the actual initially when I asked you to what is the process, what is the definition of design, I said design is the purest form of each expression. But unfortunately the user is not able to express his thoughts, his problems in terms of words. He's able to explain his issues, but not in terms of word. And because of the interaction during this initial phase with the user, when we are emphasizing and defining the problem for the user, we are not able to click the right dot what our user is looking for. Okay, then only because of that particular reason, but because of not matching the frequency of the user, we are again going from testing to the define or the empathize phase. Okay, so that defining and emphasizing can directly lead us to other phases as well, because while we are when our users tell is like, okay, I don't want to open my lunchbox like this, I want to open like this. So what is the case scenario in this? Or he's like, I don't want to put a lid over it while I'll be having a dinner, so I want to open the lid and keep it aside and I'll be using it. Okay, so these kind of scenarios, it can come into prototyping phase also. Prototyping changes as well. So that goes into this. Okay, so what all basically the, if I take it like a big words, what all we do in the testing phase? We refine, we learn, and we solve. So testing and overall design thinking is an infinite solution, infinite loop. So if we start from empathize from here, we will be defining some problem over here, we will be editing something, and we will be putting some prototyping over here, and again we will test it. Testing from testing, we again go to the emphasize phase sometime. So it is a process of refining, learning, and solving. Design thinking is not a stagnant process. Actually, if I follow these steps, I'll be ultimately get the right solution. So it is a keep on developing tool. So as we are seeing these apps, phone apps or phone websites, why they keep on updating? So they are refining. How they are refining? They are learning from their user experiences. Okay, so while combining refinements and learning, they are creating some more solutions. Okay, the same way you might have seen some products like cars actually. So normally people says don't buy a car when it launch, buy after 6 months or 1 year. Why? They say, okay, let the actual user test that, and that testing will go to the industry. Whatever wrong they have done in this product, they can refine it, and they will come up with a new solution which is like facelift of that car. So normally when we see, suppose Maruti cars, the Maruti car is not only changing the front light, not changing the front fog lamps in the bottom bumper area, they are also changing inside technology when they are upgrading their cars. Okay, so same thing basically work in the process of design thinking also. So it is not a simple process like, okay, I have to cook vegetables, so I have to cut, I have to fry them. I have to put the lid on, wait for 2 whistles in the cooker. It's done. No. If I try to change this cooking process into design thinking, it's like we are tasting it. If something is wrong, we are putting some salt or masala into it, and then we can again taste it, how it is. Okay. So normally when the people like me or the males especially, when they cook, they used to taste a lot, because they are not the ultimate solution provider for the cooking. But on the other hand, our moms or the ladies who are cooking in the kitchen, they normally taste very less. They taste hardly once and the thing is right all the way. So that is a process of both. It can be implemented in design thinking as well as like a straight cut process where there is no need of refining. It can directly go to the final solution. Okay. So this is the basic understanding of design thinking and in testing basically. Or in the product development, how the product development basically need the testing very importantly. Okay. And how we can evolve these process slowly so that we can see good amount of product output when we are looking for a new generation of a product, or new generation of a system, or new generation of a I would say the app development or something. So I would love to open for the questions for now, and then we can take it to the last and ending of this thing. So please, faculty members, you can just raise your hand or you can just put it in the chat box, and we can discuss more into that and how we can say into it. Anybody have any query related to the testing phase or in the design thinking phase, that why we are doing only the defining and then the ideation? Yes, Sanya, ma'am, please tell me.
So this is Sania. So basically, I have developed one eco-friendly toilet cleaner. It was in the market for 3 years, and then we have received a customer feedback saying actually it had some small chunks of retards. So when it used to come out of the nozzle, it used to choked. Other than that, it was completely efficient. What we did is I started working on the backhand side, and now I am trying to reduce the particle size. So is this a part of refining? Like, that's what I wanted to ask you.
Yes, ma'am, actually. So when you have developed, you are like, everything is going right. But the customer have personally experienced it, which you somehow missed it during your research phase. So that is quite normal in the product development cycle. If you are not getting the user feedback, it is not like your product is a totally hit, because there is always a scope of improvement, right? And the companies, those who are basically refining with respect to the time, if their product is hit, then the people are going more towards those companies.
So based on customer feedback or whatever I'm doing, the change in the formulation, that is basically a refinement.
Yes, it is. It comes under refinements.
So does it have any particular, I mean, I don't know, like a metrics or like in design thinking, or what should I refer? Can you suggest me something to make it more programmed or more, I don't know, time bound or something?
You see, the time bound, basically, it is totally depend on the, because it is not the old product which will be refining and developing. It will be a new generation of the product from the old product.
Yeah.
Okay. So you will be basically refining the old product. You can come up with some more fragrance kind of thing in this.
Yeah.
If I can correct. So you can say, okay, that was the old product which is not having XYZ, but this is a new product which is having some more fragrances, as well as this thing is already resolved. So people will be buying, people curiosity will be a bit more. Okay, this is something new which is came from XYZ brand. So ultimately, when we are selling, we have to keep on upgraded our products. You might have seen these all outs. Actually, people are using these normal all outs, but why they are coming up with dishum advertisements? That booster thing you might have seen in the TVs.
Yes,
yeah. So previously the all out is working fine. Then they have come up with a plus mode, Now they're coming up with a booster mode. So what extra they are doing? They're kind of increasing or upgrading their product so that people can buy the new product. Because okay, so these kind of implementation is small changes. It's not like drastic change in the product, but small changes can also lead to an upgradation. That is more important.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? Anybody, faculty members? Okay, no problem. I'll just take it forward. If you have any query, you can just ping in the chat box and we can discuss over it. Okay. So as I was mentioning with Sanya ma'am, like how the product developments come or the upgrades come basically. So I'll be taking more dig into that and try to explain why companies are investing money into product development or the product upgradation. Okay. So as we'll take her example only, she has developed something with investing around suppose 1 lakh rupees. The product is already there, product is selling in the market, but now she wants to evolve. She's earning suppose 10 lakh rupees a month, but she wants to grow in terms of money output or business output as well. What she can do extra? What she has to do is like, she has already tested one product which is doing good, just selling greatly in the market. But she has to again sit back and refine the older product. How? She has to interact with the customer. If she has a proper customer base or customer database, she has to interact with them. Okay. So she has to say like, okay, what you feel which is missing in this. Then they will be giving some input with respect to the size or with respect to the fragrance, with respect to the packaging, because packaging is also a key feature in these industries these days. When we are in the FMCG market, the packaging clicks a lot actually. Click isn't like people prefer to go for a good package product. If you see the washing powder, which is like Fena or these Ghadi, on the other end, the surf excels, you can physically feel the kind of poly bags they're using for filling their detergent actually. Why they're putting the refined packaging. Okay. Why they are giving you the surf excel into a cardboard box. And every 6 months or 1 year, they're changing the packaging outside. So people will see the curiosity over there. Sometimes they are coming with jasmine smell. Sometimes they are putting lemon into it. But if you try to smell it, there is no lemon actually. But somehow they say that there is some lemon. So in anyhow, we can't feel it, but it is there in the chemical composition. So it can add on to their final output or final business. Okay. While what they are doing, they are slowly upgrading it. If they put everything in one shot, everybody knows the fragrance we need. Everybody knows we need lemon. Everybody knows we need some more chemicals to wash the clothes. But why all the brands are putting everything in one shot and giving you? Because they want to upgrade the model into the next session or the next upgrades with there. If I talk about the car industry, as I am from the car industry from like last 8 years, I've seen we are kind of stopping some features for the next generations. We're not releasing all the features at the one shot. When you buy a car, some people buy the base model and go to the normal workshops to fit the stereos or XYZ equipments. Okay. If these studios or XYZ equipments are already available in the market, why companies are not putting everything? Okay, if companies are putting that system also, but some of the other thing which is not there in the company, it is available in the outside. If you closely study, when they upgrade, next generation company model comes, they put that feature which is not there in the old model. but it was there in the premises, like in our premises, which we can directly find in any kind of a workshop nearby us. So that is more important. The upgradation is very, very important. And upgradation, 99% basically companies are trying to see what is happening around them, or what is happening, what is coming from the users, those who are using it. Okay. So that's why they basically try to see the customer engagement or customer acquisition cost as there. They used to create some customer feedback sessions. Why they are doing it? They just want to give their customer a nice feeling, so that customer is like, okay, this company is looking for me, this company is looking some input from me, so next time also I'll buy that particular product. Okay, you might have these days everybody is ordering from Zomato and Swiggy for food. Have you ever got a call from any kind of a dessert shop? Okay, sir, how was the food? If you get a call from a dessert shop, sir, how was the food? Any feedback from you? Next time you definitely order from there. All right. So these small things basically clicks to the user mind, and user kind of give bit more inputs to the company, and then company can refine it and they come up with a new solutions. Okay, so this is a general style of working which we have put it in a proper, productive, strategic way, and we named it into design thinking. We know that, okay, if we have to design our product, we have to see what is happening around, what kind of products are already there in the market, what kind of products are already the existing products are facing problems in the market. So okay, this is the XYZ problem, we can refine it and we can develop it. Okay, so that is a normal general process what around like we all were following. So what extra is there in the design thinking, we have kind of segregated and we have put it the testing into last. But testing is basically again taking us to the first phase, and we are refining till we not get satisfied with the solution we are launching to the market. So that is the whole process of a design thinking. Anybody have any query? There is one lady, she kind of teaches design thinking sessions. So I have a 2 or 3 minutes video. If you allow me, I'll just share that. Okay, I'll just share my screen. I hope you can see, is it? I'll just see if I've shared with the sounds on. Yes.
Last phase that I'm going to talk about.
Is it audible?
Yes. Yes.
Is called test. I'm not going to say this is the final phase, because we may learn something that takes us back to research, to ideation. So this might not actually be the end of the process. And just a reminder, I said that this could actually be an infinite loop that we are on in terms of our design thinking process. This is why. Some things are never finished. How often do you get a notification that you have apps that need to be updated? How often do websites need to be updated and redesigned? There are some things that we make in the digital world these days that are never actually finished. They are never complete. Didn't always used to be this way, but it is a fact of the way that we design and work these days. Some things are finished. A movie is finished. A book is finished. Brochures are printed. That does not mean that we can't reflect and learn on those things that actually do leave the warehouse or screened or broadcast or delivered in some form. we can reflect and learn on those. And that is the key component of the test phase. So some things are never finished. We work in an infinite loop, and we refine our problem solutions based on what we learn. And hopefully we solve these problems that we set out to define in the beginning. Now, some other ways to look at this test phase are screen. If it's a motion graphic, public service announcement, a movie, then it may be screened in front of a test audience or a focus group. A website is launched, and then data is collected immediately about whether it's working, what's not working about it, debugging. If it's a book, we published it. It's been designed, it's shipping. Printed, brochures, cards, branding, debugging the software that is never finished, shipping the product, shipping the gadgets, the perfume, the products, the t-shirts, whatever it is that we're designing, promoting those things that we have created, releasing them into the world, or in some cases, if it's software or hardware and we really are in the test phase, then we might be delivering a beta version in which we go back through some of the cycle again. So the keys are to learn and refine until we actually solve that problem. The infinite loop.
See, as we were also talking about the same, it is an infinite loop, basically. Okay. And normally when I, there's some bug. Okay. Yeah. So as I was mentioning that it's a design, it's an infinite loop process. Normally, the industries also kind of follow the same process through all around, whether it is a product design industry, car design industry, or in app development industries. Okay, so this is the standard product development process which is followed by the industries around actually. So that is very, very important so that we also can understand. And it is not only for the product development industries. It can be directly implemented to our personal life as well. So when we are developing something, we have to see what kind of process we have to follow. So that process, this particular process of design thinking can be implemented into n number of areas. It can be into the way we are teaching, okay, the way we are developing the products, the way we are developing our businesses, okay, the way we are developing our colleges around, the infrastructure wise, the buildings, how we can evolve that, okay, because the factor which is driving these things, the factor which is driving the user experience side of it, which is directly leading to the output of any product. So that product can be anything, as I've mentioned. So what are those factors? How the user is behaving when he is feeling the thing, what is happening around in the product. User should know when user is basically interacting with any product. The user should know what is happening when he's doing some clicking something, or he's putting some button, or he's interacting with some, if he's interacting with us. Okay, so it can be done. So these two things are very, very important, and it always revolves around the user, who is basically the core customer of the product. Okay, so this particular session is kind of the end over here. So I normally go with more interactive sessions. So you people are a bit shy, I would say. Now you can please open up your arms and just accept me. I'm looking too young, but I'm not. Anybody? have some queries, and we can just jump into FNQs and we can wind up after that. So,
It was very informative session, sir, and most of my questions were answered. So thank you so much.
okay, thank you, ma'am. So any other queries or sessions? So I just want to know, like, how you are thinking you can implement design thinking into education, as you are all from the teaching or the academic domains, I would say. Because I am into teaching from the day one when I moved out of campus. So I am kind of implementing this process whenever I go and interact with the students all around the India till now. Can anybody tell me? So hopefully Priyanka, we all are from the management background, is it over here?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So I'll try to take something related to management stuff, and we'll see how we can put as per my understanding of the management, I'll be trying to putting design thinking into the management, and we'll see how the management basically works easily or smoothly with design thinking. Okay. So can everybody tell, like, what are the main process or the stages of management, marketing, I would say. Anybody who's from the marketing department or the expert of marketing lectures? Give me three steps, and I try to plug in with the design thinking. We can make it a bit more interactive, I guess, faculties, please. It looks a bit odd if I speak your name and you will be speaking. So if you can just open your arm and just give me some names or the stages which we are normally following in the marketing. Priyanka ma'am, you want to lead it? Please tell me if you have answer of this.
Gayatri here.
Yeah, Gayatri ma'am.
It starts from idea generation.
Okay. Marketing, is it?
Yes.
Okay. And what all is there? Yes, ma'am.
Starts from idea generation, and then at the end we again need to be in the same process, like implementing it, then correction.
Yes. So we'll take one agency, our DY Patil College, and how we are marketing ourselves into the industries of academics. Okay. So how people know about DY Patil, what kind of faculties, what kind of product we are out giving to the industries. So the product for us is students who will be next generation leaders for the industries. Right. So as you are saying, idea generations. So when any students came to you, sir, ma'am, we want to do this XYZ. Okay. Or sometimes faculty members come up with like, okay, we have an incubation center in the college. You can come up with your ideas, and we will see how we can implement your ideas, how we can fund your ideas, and we can come up with a product which is ready to sell in the market. That is for the entrepreneurs. What happened with the 9 to 5 people who don't want to go to the entrepreneurial journey? How they will work into the incubation center and into the college on the marketing side of it. So they will be like, okay, sir, I want to do something, but I don't want to do into the entrepreneurial side of it. I want to work on 9 to 5 with some other company, and I want to grow in that only. So what you will do in this, as a faculty, what is your take into this? You will be saying, okay, this is a design thinking process. Try to see where you can fit in with respect to the marketing industry. Getting my point? So as a marketer, I have to see I am an expert of user experiences in marketing. Okay, I can easily read users, what user is wanting, what user is thinking, what user is looking for a company. So you can be expert in that. Okay. Or you can be an expert into ideating few more ideas, few more output for the company, XYZ company which you are working with. Okay. Because this prototyping is basically not the domain of the marketing. Okay. But it is more or less like a public, I would say, HR domains or the public interaction domains where the people handling basically comes over there. So people handling marketing students or the MBA students can directly dig into those areas of design thinking. We have pitches our student into small domains or small processes. One goes to marketing, one goes to ideation, one goes to the prototyping, one goes to testing. What they have to do internally, they have to again dig more into marketing and see how they can make a smooth process by implementing design thinking stages in between. Because marketing is not like you have to go to the market and sell. 10 ka le lo, 5 ka le lo, 10 ka le lo. Right? You have to make a strategy over there. There are n number of strategies which is driven by the marketing experts around globally. But it is being introduced in design thinking. If we are introducing design thinking into plus marketing strategies together, we will be getting nice outputs with respect to the domain around. Domain is basically marketing is directly leading with the users. On the other hand, prototyping is going with the production facilities which is working around it. Okay, so under production facilities, my users are who? My users are the stakeholders who are manufacturing that product, who are working in the machine, who are working in the packaging area, who's packaging that particular box. So I have to think for them as well, how easily, how nicely, how fast they can package, because ultimately I have to sell that product. So for each individual domain, the user is different, the stakeholder is different. Okay, so we can put design thinking into each stage and see how each individual can be managed properly. Okay, and that individual is the king of that particular area. Marketing में users हैं, ideation में भी users आते हैं, ठीक है, टेस्टिंग वाले में भी यूजर आते हैं, बट जहाँ पर प्रोटोटाइपिंग की बात आती है वहां पर हमारे यूजर के साथ साथ जो बना रहा है उसका लाइफ इजी कैसे करना है, दैट इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट. You might have heard in the video of IDEO I've showed, they have woke up in the late night and they were kind of manufacturing that card concept. Okay, so if companies are not giving freedom to those employees, somebody was hanging their cycles on the roof, somebody putting umbrella on the roof just to hide the reflection on the computer. Okay, so if they are not giving freedom to those people, then they won't be giving you the desired output. So that's why the HR people has to take care of the employees internally. If employees are happy, they will be giving you output with respect to that. So that is the full process actually. And this process of design thinking can be easily implemented into small areas, small segments, or small departments internally. That is more important. As a faculty, we have to see like how we can engrave these things into our students so that they can evolve this thing. They can inhale this thing in such a way so that wherever they go as an entrepreneur or a normal working professional, so they can implement these small things into their departments, and so that they can grow fast, so that they can say, I am from DY PATIL, so your college can automatically grow faster. I hope it is fine. I'm putting into the right leg, I guess, in this. Any query in this? Any question? Yes, somebody has mentioned continuous teaching and learning process. Vishal Patil sir is mentioning something. And Sania ma'am, can market research be a part of design thinking with respect to market expert profiles? Yes, the market research is basically what normally in market research we do. If we break down these market research, we'll be seeing number of stages are there. Some people say you have to see user persona, how my users are there, what kind of personality they are driving, what kind of taste they are having. So, okay, so that is not only one or two things into the market research. So one is the user research, one is the product research. Somebody saying something, or by mistake they have unmuted you. Okay. So that's all from my side. And this is my personal mail ID and phone number. If anybody wants to interact with me on this, we can interact. And I'm working with the multiple agencies as a design advisor, also as Gayatri has mentioned earlier. And hopefully soon I'll be getting my PhD, so I'll be a bit more senior, I guess. You might be thinking he's quite young to be taking a mentor session, but I have delivered multiple sessions across India actually, with the faculty development program and with the AICTC faculty development program only. So I'm too young, I guess, in front of you guys. You are quite senior, and thank you for the session. And hopefully it will be more interactive next time if I come.
So I have one more clarification. Can I ask you, please?
Yes,
if it's not
Sanya,
so much.
Yeah, please
So,
tell me.
basically, as you mentioned, that if somebody is working in 9 to 5 incubation center, so what I've understood is that if I had to apply design thinking for this particular thing, because we are building incubation center in this very college where I'm working right now. So if I actually have to apply design thinking, then every domain and related stakeholder has to be comfortable with respect to that domain. Have I taken it correctly?
Yes. See, ultimately design thinking is for the user. So if you are putting design thinking into one domain, and for that domain, who was the stakeholders or the ultimate output? So stakeholders and the users can be different. Okay. Because as I've mentioned for the production facility, so production facility ke liye, the worker who is working as well as the final product which is coming out of it, because that is the final user of the product, but stakeholders are main in this production facility. Right. I have designed everything. Production worker only have to assemble things. They are not relating anything related to ye kaisa bana hai, why the screw is here only, why it is blue in colors. They are not thinking about that. They are thinking mere ko ye kasna hai, kitna easily main kas sakta hu, that is more important for them. Right.
Yes, sir. Fantastic. Thank you so much for the explanation. It was very easy for me to understand, and I would really like to connect with you later on.
Definitely, no problem. Yes, Gayatri ma'am, do we have any more queries? Ma'am, I think you are on mute.
Okay, sir, actually, I'm not a participant. I'm a coordinator, but still I have one question. Can I ask?
Sure.
Sir, is this process is related to like service industry also? Like it is related to all the industries?
Yes, it is. It is related to all the industries, and how we can see. I'll just give you this. I hope you can see the screen. That's why when we design something, we don't say we are only designing a product. Okay, we can design a system. We can design a planning area. Basically, we can design a tangible product or a non-tangible product, so that can implement into anything. Yeah, that would be better, I guess. Tangible and non-tangible.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, sir. So I hope all the participants, I hope you have finished with the questions and question and answers. Anybody is having any question? So I guess all done, sir, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it was nice session.
So,
Interacting you guys.
Thank you
Yes.
so much, sir. It's a great honor to listen to you. Even I have listened your session thoroughly, and I got some, clarifications in that. It was really a knowledgeable session, sir. Thank you so
ma'am.
much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I request all the participants to join sharp at 2:15, as this next session will start at 2:30, but we have to join before 15 minutes. It will be 2:15.
Okay, everybody.
So
Thank
enjoy
you.
your lunch.
Yeah, enjoy your lunch.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
ma'am.
much. Coordinator, DYPIMR. Dr. Vishal Kadaskar, sir, Associate Director, DYPIMR. My dear colleagues and all participants, to the valedictory session of AICTE ATAL sponsored 5 days online faculty development program on design thinking to nurture creativity and innovation leading to entrepreneurship advanced level, organized at DYPIMR. DY Patil Institute of Management and Research, Pimpri, is a comprehensive and student-focused institute that works towards excellence in quality education, research and entrepreneurial development with the vision of excellence in education. Institute was established in 1994. Since then, DYPIMR has grown exponentially to emerge as one of the top management education institutes across the globe. The institute offers most prestigious postgraduate degrees of Masters of Business Administration, MBA Digital Marketing, and Masters of Computer Application program to meet the need of high dimensional executives. These courses are affiliated to Savitribai Phule Pune University. Savitribai Phule University has honored the institute with the Best College Award. The institute has made its mark by excelling in academics and research, and it continues to grow as a center of excellence in management education and research. The National Board of Accreditation, NBA, A grade by National Assessment and Accreditation Council, NAC, ISO, and certifications are the testimony to our pursuit of excellence. With this brief introduction of our institute, now I take privilege to introduce our dynamic director, Dr. Meghna Bhilare, who believes success is no accident. It is a hard work, perseverance, learning and studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. Ma'am is having more than 15 years of teaching experience. Her area of expertise are accounting and finance. She is the member of Board of Studies at Savitribai Phule Pune University. She has been the true inspiration and motivator to all of us at DYPIMR. So I would like to request Dr. Meghna Bhilare ma'am to kindly deliver welcome address. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Gayatri. Good afternoon, Girdhari Lal sir and all the participants. I really thank Dr. Girdhari Lal sir for gracing this validatory function of AICTE sponsored as ATAL FDP. And here I would really like to mention our sincere gratitude to AICTE ATAL for giving us this opportunity. And really with pride, I share that this is the third FDP of ATAL which we are doing. And since the first FDP, I remember Girdhari Lal sir has been there with us. जब मुझे याद है कि फर्स्ट एफडीपी में हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स की लिमिट क्रॉस हो गई थी और सर ने कहा था नहीं आ रहे हैं लोग तो ले लीजिए. So that is really something which you have helped us since the day first FDP and till today. Because last FDP also I remember there were some things which we were not able to manage it at our end, and you were there कि मैडम हम वेबसाइट वालों को बता देते हैं that things would be updated for you. So this is the support which I guess you are there, and that's why we are able to give our best to everyone. So it's I'm sure that many more opportunities you would be giving to us, and we would be really happy to work for all the AICT initiatives which are there. Now we are having one more AICT sponsored grant which we have got for conducting national conference. So that is also there in the month of February. So we are very happy that AICT is having a faith in us and giving us this opportunity. And sir, we assure that if anything, these type of initiatives are there and we are given an opportunity, we would be giving really our best to everyone who are participants. So thank you for being there with us and guiding us all the time. And I'm sure that this FDP would have been enriched the knowledge of faculty members through the interaction with the eminent personalities from industry and academics. And we all have got references of so many good resource person that they all are ready to mentor us and guide us. So I feel that we should take initiative in this direction wherein we can learn ourselves new things and help in the development of the students. And I feel that we should make use of this platform to continue knowledge and idea sharing for the betterment of ourselves and our institutes, where we can start a lot of initiatives with idea exchange from each other. We all are from different streams, different backgrounds, and if we collaborate, definitely we would come up with very good things for the benefit of the students and society. So I feel this knowledge sharing in this FDP definitely lead to a lot of innovative ideas at grassroots level and encourage to build startup and new ventures, and will definitely work in the direction of making India fully Atmanirbhar. So once again, thanks a lot, Girdhari sir, for giving us this opportunity and being with us for this validatory function. Thank you all and best wishes to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for your kind words, ma'am. Now it's time to introduce our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Giridhari Lal Garg, Assistant Director, AICTE ATAL Academy. Sir believes that when you live for a strong purpose, then hard work is not an option, it is a necessity. Sir is having Bachelor of Engineering. He has a diverse, fun-loving and motivational personality. He is currently working with AICTE Government of India as an Assistant Director. Previously served Department of Science and Technology, Government of Rajasthan in 1998. That time, he made Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji and has voluntarily dispersing knowledge since 2000 under the guidance of Holiness himself. He has worked for several years in remote villages for the development of all walks in life. He is very hardworking and dedicated. He continues to contribute to the society. Now I request our director, Dr. Meghna Bhilare ma'am, to kindly felicitate virtually to our honorable chief guest, Dr. Giridhari Lal Garg sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. We feel extremely delighted to have you today, sir, as a chief guest. Now I request Dr. Giridhari Lal Garg sir to say few words.
Thank you, Gayatri ma'am. Thank you very much. God bless you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
सबसे पहले तो मैं DY पाटिल इंस्टीट्यूट का बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि उन्होंने मुझे इस प्रोग्राम के लिए बुलाया। DY पाटिल इंस्टीट्यूट को हमने ऐसे 3 प्रोग्राम दिए हैं, तो ये ऐसा नहीं है कोई ऐसे ही प्रोग्राम दे दिया हमने। इट्स ए प्रीमियर इंस्टीट्यूट इन इंडिया, दैट्स व्हाई वी आर हियर। ऑलमोस्ट मैं थोड़ा सा जेनेसिस बताता हूँ अटल एकेडमी का। अटल मतलब AICTE ट्रेनिंग एंड लर्निंग एकेडमी। 2018 में BVR मोहन रेड्डी है, उनके एक अम्ब्रेला में हमने एक कमेटी बनाया था कि आने वाले टाइम में कौन कौन से थ्रस्ट एरिया, इमर्जिंग एरियाज होंगे जहाँ जॉब प्रोवाइड कर सके। उसमें AI, IoT, साइबर सिक्योरिटी, ब्लॉकचेन, 3D, क्वांटम, लॉट ऑफ सब्जेक्ट बात। बट ये 9 थ्रस्ट एरियाज पे हम लोगों ने 18-19 में हैंड्स ऑन ट्रेनिंग या फेस टू फेस प्रोग्राम किए थे, पर मार्च 2020 में लॉकडाउन लगा और एक हमको थोड़ा सा ये लगा कि अब क्या करेंगे। हम लोगों ने ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम किए कुछ प्रीमियर इंस्टीट्यूट, IIT एंड IIMs एंड NIT एंड IIITs के साथ। हमको लगा ये मोड ठीक है, जहाँ काम कर सकते हैं, अभी पेंडेमिक में शुरू में हमने 50 फैकल्टी से प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट किया, फिर डिमांड आने लगी कि नहीं साहब 100 कीजिए, फिर 100 किया, फिर 200 किया। ऑलमोस्ट हम लोगों ने पिछली बार 948 प्रोग्राम्स किए, मोर देन 1.5 लाख लोगों को ट्रेनिंग दिया, सर्टिफाइड किया। उसमें से 7000 रिसोर्स पर्सन थे 25 कंट्रीज से, वो हम कभी बुला ही नहीं सकते थे। फेस टू फेस प्रोग्राम में इतने पैसे में, इतने कम एक्सपेंडिचर में हम लोग किसी को भी नहीं बुला सकते थे। दूसरा, हमने देखा IIT एंड IIMs दे आर सपोर्टिंग अस। तो ऑलमोस्ट हमारे करीब मोर देन 100 प्रोग्राम IIT एंड IIMs के साथ रहे। एक जर्नल, जो मैं बेसिक का नाम है इंजीनियर, तो मेरे को लगता था कि IIT IIM से मुझे यदि कोई प्रोग्राम करने को मिल जाए प्रीमियर इंस्टीट्यूट से, तो मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगेगा। तो वो अपॉर्चुनिटी हमने अवेल किया, उसका हमें बहुत बड़ा फायदा मिला। फिर हम लोगों ने 150 एरियाज काउंट किए 2021 में। ऑलमोस्ट अभी हमारे पास टोटल 150 एरियाज हैं जहां हम लोग प्रोग्राम करते हैं। उन प्रोग्राम्स में 5000 प्रपोजल पूरे इंडिया से आए थे हमारे पास। पूरे इंडिया से 5000, मोर देन 3000 यूनिक इंस्टीट्यूशंस थे। एक इंस्टीट्यूशन को हम नॉट मोर देन 3 to 4 प्रोग्राम दे ही नहीं सकते थे। एक कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को 2 प्रोग्राम ज्यादा नहीं दे सकते थे। तो 3 प्रोग्राम मिलना कि आपके प्रपोजल में बहुत दम था, आपके कोऑर्डिनेटर में बहुत दम था, इंस्टीट्यूट में दम था, टॉपिक में दम था, इसलिए 3 प्रोग्राम मिले। वरना इतना आसानी से न तो इतने IIT, इतने IIMs के प्रोग्राम हमारे पास है, पर 2-3 से ज्यादा किसी को है भी नहीं। तो आपके इंस्टीट्यूट को मिल रहे हैं, तो हम लोगों ने कोई ऐसा आपको कहीं बियॉन्ड रूल रेगुलेशन से कुछ नहीं किया। You deserve for it, you deserve for it, you deserve for it actually. And मैं कल अभी थोड़ी देर पहले इनफॉर्मल वे में बात कर रहा था कि कल गुरुराज सर का मैंने प्रोग्राम देखा। I was so happy। मैं जनरली अटेंड नहीं कर पाता प्रोग्राम, पर जैसे ही उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया, फिर उन्होंने PPTs देखे मैंने, तो मेरा कहीं कोर इंटरेस्ट है सॉफ्ट स्किल में। मैं मास्टर ट्रेनर ऑफ सॉफ्ट स्किल्स विद श्री एंड आई वांट टू कंट्रीब्यूट। यदि फैकल्टी देश की अच्छी होगी तो पक्की बात है, फिर कोई जरूरत नहीं है कि आपको कुछ करना पड़ेगा। मेरा बहुत पहले चेयरमैन सर से एक ही बात को लेकर, जब मैं यहाँ 2017 में ज्वाइन किया था, तो चेयरमैन सर ने बोला हाउ यू वांट टू कंट्रीब्यूट। मैं बोला देश की फैकल्टी में कुछ बदलाव लाना पड़ेगा, बाकी कुछ नहीं करना, थिंग्स विल चेंज। बोला कैन यू डू इट। मैं बोला सर मेरे को दे दीजिए, आप एक इंस्टीट्यूट दे दीजिए मॉडल तौर पे, आई विल चेंज। मैं ना, एवरी फैकल्टी इज यूनिक फैकल्टी, बट वी हैव टू नर्चर एंड वी हैव टू मोटिवेट एंड वी हैव टू गिव फैसिलिटी एंड इंटरनेशनल एक्सपोजर्स। बोला गुड आइडिया, वी हैव डन इट एंड नाउ इट इज अ वर्ल्ड बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड। योर इंस्टीट्यूट इज इन वर्ल्ड बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड। दिस FDP ATAL FDP इज इन वर्ल्ड बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड। कंटिन्यूअस 2 years से वर्ल्ड बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड्स में है। मैं फैकल्टी से एक ही अनुरोध करूंगा, इट इज एन ऑर्डर एंड ब्लेसिंग्स बोथ। प्लीज feel proud, feel proud what you are. You are unique, you are number one, you are the luckiest person in the world. टीचिंग ऐसा प्रोफेशन है जिसमें हर बार आपको नया कुछ करने को मिलता है एंड देयर इज नो लिमिट। और आपके पास में 200 बच्चों का ना, 200 फैमिलीज आपके साथ में हर बार जुड़ती है। नॉट वो एक बच्चा नहीं होता, एक स्टूडेंट्स नहीं होता, वो पूरी फैमिली होती है आपके साथ में। और यदि आप अच्छे मेंटर है तो आई एम डेड श्योर वो लाइफ लॉन्ग आपके लिए ही कैन डाई फॉर यू। मेरे कुछ प्रोफेसर्स हैं जिनके लिए मैं आज भी, ऑलमोस्ट मेरे को 30 साल हो गए पास आउट हुए, पर मैं आज भी है ना उनको उतना ही रेस्पेक्ट करता हूँ, उतना ही रेस्पेक्ट करता हूँ जितना मैं फर्स्ट ईयर में करता हूँ। मैं यदि उदयपुर जाता हूँ जहाँ से मैं पास आउट हुआ, तो मैं उनके यहाँ जाके बिना जाऊं और मैं उनसे बात नहीं करूं, न्यू ईयर हो चाहे दीपावली हो चाहे होली हो, कुछ भी फंक्शन हो। एंड रियली अच्छे टीचर्स हमेशा आपके लिए एक तरह गॉड फादर की तरह होते हैं। तो मैं फैकल्टी से ही कह रहा हूँ, आप डोंट अंडर एस्टिमेट योर सेल्फ, डोंट गो अबाउट सैलरी एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स ना, ये कैरियर एडवांसमेंट स्कीम्स एंड ऑल दीज, देयर इज ए स्मॉल petty issues. Second, don't go in competition, go in contribution. Go in contribution. How you can contribute? If you are in competition, you will be in stress. If you are thinking how I can contribute, then you will be the happiest person. Please contribute. How you can contribute? Contribute. And third, be natural. जैसे है ना वैसे ही रहो आप। हर एक का अपना अपना होता है. अब you can't copy to others. You are unique actually. If you are copying to others ना, basically you are torturing yourself and you are punishing yourself. आप जैसे है ना वैसे ही रहो. If you are natural ना, I'm dead sure things will happen according to you. Things will happen. People like natural persons. When you are natural, there is no stress. What is stress? Because you are unnatural, that is stress. आप कहीं भी यदि unnatural, it means you are in stress. If you are natural, there is no stress. When there is no stress, your aura will emanate. Your aura will reflect. देखिए जब आप क्लास में एकदम जाते हैं और आप रियली आपका ऑरा एकदम फुल ऑफ एनर्जी है या फुल ऑफ एनर्जी, पूरी क्लास फुल ऑफ एनर्जी होती है. व्हेन यू आर फीलिंग लो समवेयर ना, क्लास को पता चलता है आप यू आर फीलिंग लो. वो एक पुराना गाना देते पब्लिक है सब जानती है ना. बच्चे तो ना दे आर सो शार्प है ना, यू कांट मेक फूल. उनको तो आप बिल्कुल नहीं बना सकते. उनका इतना शार्प, अभी मैच्योर चाइल्ड्स है, मैच्योर चाइल्ड्स जो भी आपके पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, दे आर क्वाइट मैच्योर. और हम तो कहते हैं जो रिसोर्स पर्सन उससे भी ज्यादा आगे हैं वो लोग कई जगह. तो ठीक है, वो अभी एज ए फैकल्टी है इसलिए वो बात कर सकते हैं, बट यदि आप उनको एज ए रिसोर्स पर्सन की तरह ट्रीट करेंगे तो दे आर रियली रिसोर्स पर्सन. प्लीज डोंट गो इन कंपटीशन, गो इन कंट्रीब्यूशन. व्हेन यू आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग देयर इज नो स्ट्रेस. आप कहीं भी रहें, कैसे भी रहें, देयर इज नो स्ट्रेस. जब आपने सोच लिया कंट्रीब्यूशन का तो फिर क्या स्ट्रेस. कुछ और चीजें हैं जिनको मैं हमेशा याद करता हूँ. Say yes every time. When you are say yes na, you are in design thinking, you are in innovative, you are entrepreneurs. When you are saying yes, your consciousness have broadened. When you are saying no, your consciousness have contract. When you are saying yes, you are really innovative. क्योंकि अच्छा nature wants yes only. उसको जो नेचर है, एनर्जी है, व्हाट यू कॉल कॉन्शियसनेस है, उसको यस पसंद है हमेशा. बिकॉज ही वांट टू सपोर्ट यू. व्हेन यू आर सेइंग यस, होल फोर्स ऑफ यूनिवर्स विल सपोर्ट यू. व्हेन यू आर सेइंग यस, होल एनर्जी विल विथ यू. वो ओम शांति ओम का एक डायलॉग है ना, हाँ, जब पूरी कायनात आपको मिलाने के साथ है. रियली मैं बताऊं, जुनून. और पढ़ाए तो जुनून से पढ़ाए. Put 100%. When you are putting 100% ना, people will love you. देखिए जब मैच चल रहा हो और हर प्लेयर यदि 100% अपना रोल प्ले कर रहा हो, एवरीबॉडी विल लव. यदि एक भी प्लेयर थोड़ा लूज खेल रहा हो ना, तो लोग ना गाली देना चालू कर देते हैं. अच्छा, when you are putting 100% ना, you are happy. Why you are happy? Because you are in present moment. When you are in present moment ना, you are happy. और when you are putting 100%, you are in present moment. तो जो भी प्ले है, मतलब लाइक ए प्ले. एंड मैं तो कहता हूँ एक लाइक ए ड्रामा ना, टीचिंग इज लाइक ए ड्रामा. जैसे एक पिक्चर में एक रोल हीरो करता है ना, तो वो अपना पूरा रोल में 100% फोकस होता है. तो वो जितना अच्छा रोल होता है, लोग उतने ही बंधे होते हैं उससे. तो सेम आप जब टीचिंग कर रहे हैं ना, तो यू आर ए टीचर. डोंट मिक्स द रोल. व्हेन वी आर मिक्सिंग द रोल ना, देयर इज स्ट्रेस. If you are a teacher, you are a teacher. If you are a father, you are a father. If you are a husband, you are a husband. You are a wife, you are a wife. But don't mix the role. When you are mixing the role ना, there is a stress. तो जब भी जो रोल प्ले करें वो अपना 100% रोल प्ले करें. हैं, आप देखें you will enjoy the life. जब बर्तन धो रहे हैं तो बर्तन धो रहे हैं. I love actually. पता है ईगो कहाँ आ रहा है ज्यादा. मैं फैकल्टी से थोड़ा रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आप खूब सारे काम करें. there is no ego. ईगो उन्हीं को ज्यादा है जो काम नहीं करते. जो काम करते हैं उनको कोई ईगो नहीं है. जो घर में भी काम करते हैं, बाहर भी काम करते हैं, वो ज्यादा खुश है. पर जो काम नहीं करते ना, वो मैं तो कहता हूँ 50 किलो का आदमी 5000 किलो का ईगो है. तो प्लीज ईगो रखें, पर ईगो अपना बस इतना अवेयरनेस के साथ ईगो रखें. एंड प्राइड तो फील करना पड़ेगा अपने प्रोफेशन पे, अपने इंस्टीट्यूट पे, अपनी फैकल्टीज पे, अपने नियर डियर्स पे. आप प्राइड फील करना चालू करें. आप देखें थिंग्स विल चेंज, एवरीथिंग विल चेंज. and I believe in meditation and yoga. Please, part of life. बना ही लें आप. जैसे आप सवेरे मोबाइल चार्ज करते हैं ना, आपको चार्ज करना ही पड़ेगा अपने आप को. अदरवाइज शाम तक आपका यदि आज की मोबाइल चार्ज नहीं है तो यू आर हेल्पलेस. सेम विथ यू. इफ योर एनर्जी हाई, then you can change anything, you can tolerate anything. मैं तो एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ, जब आपकी एनर्जी हाई होती है ना, तो कोई आपको कितना ही बेकार बोले तब आप कोई फील नहीं करते. पर जैसे आपकी एनर्जी लो होती है, कोई बोलते है आज बहुत स्मार्ट लग रहे हो आप, तो आप कहते हैं अच्छा मैं ही मिला था क्या आज आपको. जब आपकी एनर्जी हाई होती है ना, आपको कोई बोला अरे आप जोकर लग रहे हो, तो बोला हाँ ठीक है यार हूँ जोकर इसलिए लग रहा हूँ. तो योर एनर्जी शुड बी हाई. How your energy will be high? These are 4 things. First, food, proper food. लेना ही पड़ेगा आपको, मतलब जो proper food है वो है. Proper sleep, good company. I love it actually. Good company है तो आपकी एनर्जी हाई रहेगी. यदि अच्छी कंपनी नहीं है तो एनर्जी लो रहेगी. And last but not least, breathing patterns. Yoga, pranayam, meditation. It's the most powerful. Last 22 years से I'm doing wonderful things. I've reformed more than 1,000 criminals. 1,000 criminals. Due to this phenomena. Now they have changed now. And very grateful to your institute, ma'am. Vishal sir and Sandeep. All your team. Really, your team is wonderful. They are continuous follow up रहता है उनका. कहीं कोई ग्लिच नहीं रह जाए, कहीं कोई कमी नहीं रह जाए किसी प्रोग्राम में. उसके लिए आई सैल्यूट टू ऑल द टीम मेंबर्स एंड ऑल द रियली मैम वे हम लोगों को चाहिए. देखो आपका पता नहीं क्या फर्क पड़ता है, पर हम लोगों को कोई प्रोग्राम अच्छा होता है तो हमारी अटल की टीम को बहुत अच्छा लगता है. और मैं तो जनरली जब फीडबैक सुनता हूँ, जब कोई चीज आती है तो मेरे को टीयर्स इन आई. करे इतने कम पैसे में, मतलब 1,000 टाइम्स. कल मैं ऐसे गुरुराज सर को सुन रहा था तो मैं तो ये सोच रहा था कि यदि 93 लाख रुपए भी दो तो कम होता है ऐसे प्रोग्राम से. हाँ, मतलब जिस लेवल के आप लोगों ने देख रहा था रिसोर्स पर्सन बुलाए हैं, दे आर आइकॉन इन इंडिया समवेयर. That way they are telling na, my passion they are telling, and we are ready to contribute. AICTE is ready to contribute for every faculty. And मैं faculty से एक और request करूँगा, don't feel low. We are with you every time. This institute is with you every time. This is just a tailored program, but everybody, I'm on the behalf of DY Patil Institute, I can say they are with you. All the faculty members, they are with you. They are with you. Anytime you can call. मैं ज़्यादा मतलब कभी virtual mode में मीटिंग रही है मेरी पूरी टीम से, but मैं virtual mode के माध्यम से भी ये कह सकता हूँ कि मैं जितना बातों से समझ पाया, जितना प्रोग्राम की क्वालिटी समझ पाया, they want to contribute. तो आप सोचिए, it's a part of family. ना हम लोग एनी टाइम, मेरे को लग रहा है कि नहीं, वी वांट टू मेक ए रिसोर्स पर्सन. हम हर फैकल्टी को एज ए रिसोर्स पर्सन बनाना चाहते हैं, एज इंटरनेशनल लेवल की रिसोर्स पर्सन. हमारा उद्देश्य केवल कैश के लिए सर्टिफिकेट देना नहीं है. हमारा उद्देश्य केवल है कि जो हमारा फैकल्टी ट्रेनिंग हमसे ले रहा है वो एज ए मास्टर रिसोर्स पर्सन होकर बात करे फिर आने वाले फ्यूचर में, चाहे उसके लिए 1 या 2 या 3 ट्रेनिंग देनी पड़े. और यू आर लकी पर्सन के पहली बार हम लोगों ने एलिमेंट्री एंड एडवांस प्रोग्राम कुछ स्टार्ट किए थे, उसमें से ये इंस्टीट्यूट को एलिमेंट्री एंड एडवांस, बहुत कम इंस्टीट्यूट ने अप्लाई किया था एलिमेंट्री एंड एडवांस के, और ऐसे टॉपिक्स में बहुत कम लोगों ने किया. मतलब 2-3 प्रोग्राम डिजाइन थिंकिंग में हमारे बहुत ज्यादा प्रोग्राम नहीं है, क्योंकि लोगों ने अप्लाई नहीं किया था. और फिर अप्लाई किया तो हमारे यहाँ जितने प्रोफेसर को स्क्रूटनी करते हैं, बहुत ही हाई लेवल के ऑल IIT के डायरेक्टर्स हैं, IIMs के डायरेक्टर हैं, फिर उसके बाद चेयरमैन है, वाइस चेयरमैन है, ऑल पर्सन आर सीइंग द एवरीथिंग, कोऑर्डिनेटर्स डिटेल, इंस्टीट्यूट डिटेल्स, and NBA and NAC and NRF, everything we are seeing. Coordinator profile. कई बार तो हम लोग इतने परेशान हो जाते हैं जब वो कहता है कि नहीं ये नहीं है, इसका ये नहीं है, इसका ये नहीं है, इंस्टीट्यूट अच्छा है तो कोऑर्डिनेटर अच्छा नहीं है, कोऑर्डिनेटर अच्छा है तो इंस्टीट्यूट अच्छा नहीं है, कोऑर्डिनेटर प्रोफाइल अच्छा नहीं है. अच्छा, we have no dare to say, we don't want to interfere anything with experts. What they are fine, it is fine. एंड एक मैम ये है कि हमारी AICTE पे इतने सारे प्रोग्राम चल रहे हैं. कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन, यू आर गेटिंग कॉन्फ्रेंस आल्सो, आपको कॉन्फ्रेंस भी मिल रहा है, तो इट्स वंडरफुल। और फैकल्टी को मैं बोलूंगा, हमारे इतना सारा प्रोग्राम चल रहा है अभी, इतने सारे AICTE में इनिशिएटिव है, आप कैसे कंट्रीब्यूट करना चला। अभी एक विद्यांजलि नाम से एक हमारा नया एक पोर्टल लॉन्च किया है मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन। आप यदि कोई कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहते हैं, कोई सजेशन देना चाहते हैं, जरूर दें। नाउ टाइम हैव चेंज, अच्छे लोगों को दादागिरी करनी पड़ेगी। अच्छे लोग दादागिरी नहीं कर रहे, इसलिए दिक्कत आ रही। अच्छे लोग केवल बात करते हैं, काम नहीं करते। जो न्यूसेंस वाले लोग हैं वो काम करते हैं, बात नहीं करते। अपन को जो अच्छे लोग हैं, गुड पीपुल्स, दादागिरी करनी पड़ेगी। दादागिरी मतलब लाइक गांधीगिरी ना। वो करना पड़ेगा और चेहरे पे स्माइल रखनी पड़ेगी। आपको कुछ भी करो, देयर इज नो वे, क्योंकि स्माइल से बड़ा ब्यूटी इस दुनिया में कोई है नहीं, और उसके लिए कोई पैसा खर्च नहीं होता। हाँ, एक ये है। मैं मतलब मेरी लाइफ में मैंने बहुत सारा कुछ देखा है इन सब चीजों को लेके। एक ऐसे ही मेरे को कभी एक इंटरनेशनल लेक्चर देना पड़ा स्माइल पे, मुझे कहीं से ट्रेस आउट करके बोला वो स्माइल पे देना। मैंने उस दिन गूगल पे स्माइल के वो देखे सारे, क्या हार्मोन रिलीज होता है, कैसे क्या होता है। आई वाज सो हैप्पी। लोग कहते हैं तुम मुस्कुराता रहता है हमेशा। मैं बोला पता नहीं, मेरे को लगता है लाइफ बहुत अच्छी है, बस बाकी तो सब ठीक है। एंड आप जो भी सजेशन दें हमारे पोर्टल पे जरूर दें। हाँ, और तो यदि कोई फैकल्टी या कोई पार्टिसिपेंट कुछ पूछना चाहिए AICTE या लाइफ से लेके कुछ भी, आई एम रेडी टू गिव आंसर, जितना मेरे को पता है या जितना मेरे को अनुभव है। Anybody can ask anything. I'm ready to give answer. किसी को कुछ बात करनी है ना?
Venkatraman, you want to ask a question?
Anybody can ask.
Sir, good afternoon. I don't have a question, but I would just like to express, so thank you so much for wonderful and kind words. I think my takeaway from your talk was ego with awareness and no competition and more contribution. So I would really, really remember this for my journey here onwards. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, you are the luckiest person and you are number one and you are unique.
Thank you, sir.
And anybody और कोई टेक अवे किसी का?
Before next anybody questions, I would like to request all, and it's a small appeal from our side, like these all FDP, what we have seen, we have only participants, but ATAL has provided a good platform to be available as resource person. This time we really tried with our institute. We asked our associate director to be one resource person, because then only we go on the another level. And to be very frank and open in sharing with you, two resource person, Kamal Shah madam and another, I am not recollecting name, but they had approached us on our own. So we all should take this opportunity, as on ATAL portal there are so many FDPs going on, and we should take opportunity. What are our expert areas, or even if not expert areas, we can develop our expertise in that and be as a resource person, so we can go one step ahead. So request you all to please try on this next level. Now we have participated a lot and we can take one step ahead, as AICTE has been really great in giving this opportunity. And believe me, resource person, once you approach on your own, even coordinators, we also were looking for so many resource people, and that's real help to coordinators also. So let's see that we all take really good benefit out of it. And thank you for sir. If anybody has question, definitely sir is there to answer.
अच्छा, वो मैं देख रहा मैम, आपने मेरा काम हल्का कर दिया कुछ, मेरे को मैं भूल ही गया था। 20,000 विशाल सर, 20,000 रिसोर्स पर्सन का पूल हमारे पास, यूनिक।
ग्रेट सर।
मतलब वी आर हैप्पी टू, मैं जब देखता हूँ उनका पूरा प्रोफाइल देखता हूँ, आई वाज सो हैप्पी। किस लेवल के लोगों ने काम किया है हमारे साथ में। ठीक है, कुछ लोग 1-2% तो देखो, फ्लॉलेस सिस्टम तो हो ही नहीं सकता, मैं आई बिलीव इन कहीं ना कहीं, पर हाँ 99% लोग बहुत अच्छे हैं, दे वांट टू कंट्रीब्यूट, एंड रेवेन्यू भी बढ़ रहा है, तो हमको अच्छा लगता है। हमको लगता है एक फैकल्टी का रेवेन्यू बढ़ जाए, बेसिक पर्पज हमारा ये कि ट्रेनिंग के साथ उसका रेवेन्यू भी बढ़ना चाहिए
सर। और वो जो है आपका जो इनिशिएटिव है रेवेन्यू तो बहुत ही अच्छा है, दैट आई वुड से, बट द सर्टिफिकेट्स व्हिच यू आर गिविंग एज अ रिसोर्स पर्सन व्हिच आर जनरेटेड बाय अटल on अटल portal, that means a lot for faculty profile, right from API to everything. This is a big thing for all the resource people, and as a faculty definitely it means a lot on our profile.
मैम अभी यूनेस्को से चल रहा है, यूनेस्को भी हो सकता है अपना अटल को अवार्ड कर दे, उसका डेटा मांगा उन्होंने, मतलब यूएन से चल रहा है, बहुत सारे अवार्ड्स, पिकॉक अवार्ड, गोल्डन पिकॉक अवार्ड का चल रहा है, मतलब इतने कम समय में इतने अच्छा प्रोग्राम हम भी नहीं सोच सकते थे। ड्यू टू कोऑर्डिनेटर, ड्यू टू इंस्टीट्यूशन, ड्यू टू रिसोर्स पर्सन वी आर, एंड ड्यू टू पार्टिसिपेंट्स वी आर डूइंग वंडरफुल जॉब्स एंड फ्लॉलेस, ये फ्लॉलेस रोबस्ट पूरा registration to certification all are in portal, no human interference, only we are checking, last में हम लोग जो इंस्टीट्यूट से डेटा आता है वो चेक करते हैं, वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग्स एंड यूसी, वो हमारा एक सरकारी तंत्र है इस चक्कर में कि भाई वो पूरा सिस्टम में
नहीं सर, अगर आप सरकारी तंत्र भी बोल रहे हैं तो ये बहुत ही इम्प्रूवमेंट है, बिकॉज आपका जो एडवांस पेमेंट होता है वो भी बहुत जल्दी एडवांस आ जाता है और सारी चीजें बहुत जल्दी सेटल हो जाती है, मतलब that is something really amazing. This is the third time we are doing and everything has been really flawless from your side.
We are very grateful to all our regional officers, WRO, Dr. Ajit Singh, really मतलब they are contributing, मतलब वो चाहते हैं कि भाई हमारे पास कोई क्वेरी नहीं आए किसी चीज के लिए। अरे मेरा भी मिग्रा मैम या विशाल सर, मेरा एक भी मन रहता है कि एक भी ऐसा नहीं हो कि आगे से किसी का फोन आ जाए, पहले ही काम कर दो। तो चेयरमैन सर का भी ये है कि जब कोई चीज पोर्टल से हो जाएगी तो फिर कोई का फोन आएगा ही नहीं किसी का भी। तो मैं पार्टिसिपेंट से कहूंगा यू कैन टेक आल्सो एफडीपी फ्रॉम अटल, बट प्लीज अप्लाई। अभी हम फरवरी फर्स्ट वीक या सेकंड वीक में वी विल ओपन अवर पोर्टल, यू कैन अप्लाई एंड अभी लेट अस सी के और भी कोई सजेशन हो, क्योंकि हम अभी ऑनलाइन मोड्स में कुछ चेंज करना चाहते हैं, बस ये है। इसमें हम लोगों का लग रहा है कि कुछ हैंड्स ऑन का रखना पड़ेगा, तभी जाके ये एक तरह से ब्लेंडेड मोड तो रखना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो ठीक है, बट एक कहीं ना कहीं एक अंदर से ग्लिच फील होता है कि नहीं, हाँ एक हैंड्स ऑन चाहिए ही चाहिए।
सर जस्ट एक वाइल्ड थॉट, वी हैव अ फ्यू क्लासरूम्स जहाँ पे ऑफलाइन trainings can be conducted at the same time, they can be available, the same session can be available for online mode also, so probably this could also be thought over कि जो लोग, जिन लोगों को ऑफलाइन पॉसिबल नहीं है उनको भी कन्वीनियंस हो, एंड दोज हु वांट टू टेक द बेनिफिट ऑफ अटेंडिंग ऑफलाइन उनको भी, एंड एट द रियल टाइम, मतलब सेम सेशन फॉर बोथ ऑफ देम।
वी आर रेडी, हम लोगों को तो देखो हर एक्सपेरिमेंट के लिए तैयार है हम लोग, बट फैकल्टी कैसे भी करके अच्छी हो जाए। बेसिक पर्पज हमारा और कुछ नहीं है कि आने वाले टाइम में एज ए मेंटर फैकल्टी हो जाए, बच्चों को ये लगे कि जो मैं लेके जा रहा हूँ वो मेरे को जॉब मिल जाएगा, या मैं अपना एंटरप्रेन्योर बन जाऊंगा, या अपना कुछ भी कर लूंगा, मतलब लाइक ए कॉन्फिडेंस ना। सॉफ्ट स्किल पे भी जोर देना पड़ेगा विशाल सर, बहुत ज्यादा जोर देना पड़ेगा स्किल्स पे। और स्पेशली मैं तो पता है, डोंट टेक इट अदरवाइज, ऑल फैकल्टी आई एम रिक्वेस्टिंग, डोंट टेक इट अदरवाइज, आपको मजबूत होना पड़ेगा और उस लेवल पे मजबूत होना पड़ेगा जैसे मैं अपने बच्चे के लिए चिंता करता हूँ या कंसर्न करता हूँ, उसी तरह से, सेम उसी तरह से। आप कोई दूसरा बच्चा नहीं है, जब आप क्लास में है तो आप, यदि ये आपका थॉट प्रोसेस है कि ये मेरा अपना बच्चा है, बस दैट थॉट प्रोसेस कैन चेंज एनीथिंग। या ये मेरा इंस्टीट्यूट है, आई एम द ऑनर ऑफ दिस इंस्टीट्यूट, बस इतना सा फील कर ले, ओनिंग आ जाएगी ना, थिंग्स विल चेंज। वेदर यू आर हेल्पर और वेदर यू आर चेयरमैन, इट्स हार्डली मैटर। मैं एक छोटी स्टोरी बोलता हूँ, आई लव इट ना। जैसे एक मंदिर बनता है ना, उस जगह हर जगह स्टोन होता है, फाउंडेशन में भी स्टोन होता है, स्टेप में भी स्टोन होता है, मूर्ति भी स्टोन की होती है, गुम्बद भी स्टोन का होता है, एवरीवेरी स्टोन। यदि एक भी स्टोन नहीं है तो वो मंदिर अनकम्प्लीट होता है, वो होता ही नहीं, मंदिर कंप्लीट नहीं होता। तो एवरी स्टोन इज नेसेसरी फॉर ए बिल्डिंग, एवरी स्टोन, हर स्टोन का अपना इंपॉर्टेंस है। यदि एक भी स्टोन नहीं होगा तो बिल्डिंग कंप्लीट नहीं होगी। तो यू आर लाइक ए स्टोन, बस ऑल मेंबर्स, हेल्पर टू चेयरमैन, ऑल आर प्रीशियस स्टोन फॉर दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। और कौन सा स्टोन कहाँ लगेगा ये उस जो भी शिल्पकार है या आर्किटेक्ट है उसको पता होता है बस. तो वो अनसीन फोर्स है. एंड आई एम टेलिंग टू ऑल द फैकल्टी, प्लीज बिलीव इन अनसीन फोर्स. प्लीज बिलीव इन अनसीन फोर्स. Every time it is with you. Every time it is called a consciousness, energy, Ishwar, whatever you call. But it is unseen force है, वो सब कुछ आपको गवर्न कर रहा है. And when you are feeling it ना, your energy will be high. When you are thinking I am a doer, when doership comes ना, your energy will be low. When you are thinking things are happening, I am not doer, then you will enjoy the life. एक वाइस चांसलर सर थे, मतलब पहले आरटीयू में थे, आईआईटी कानपुर के, एनएस प्रोफेसर एनएस व्यास. ही इज द चेयरमैन ऑफ रेलवे टेक्नोलॉजी मिशन, पीएम के वो है. एक बार मेरे से पूछा उन्होंने, बनाया डीएसटी के घर तुम इतना काम कैसे करते हो. मैंने थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग, आई एम एंजॉयिंग, आई एम टेकिंग द सैलरी, आई एम एंजॉयिंग द वर्क. रियली इफ यू आर एंजॉयिंग द वर्क ना, देयर इज नो वर्क. एक और बोलता हूँ, मतलब या तो काम में मजे लो, नहीं तो काम मजे लेगा. एंजॉय एवरी वर्क. इंसल्ट हो उसको थोड़ा एंजॉय करो ना, क्या फर्क पड़ता है. और इंसल्ट इज वेयर बर्ड्स ना, डोंट बियॉन्ड बर्ड्स जाए, क्या फर्क पड़ता है किसी ने थोड़ा इंसल्ट कर दिया तो. डोंट गो ऑन वर्ड्स, इट्स ए सिंपल ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. बट डोंट फील लो, यू आर यूनिक. आई एम टेलिंग यो फैकल्टी ने प्रोग्राम किया ना, उसमें बहुत कुछ है, बहुत कुछ है, तभी ये प्रोग्राम में आया. एलिमेंट्री, एडवांस एंड ऑल रिसोर्स पर्सन. एंड मुझे पता है कि ऑल कोऑर्डिनेटर्स या इंस्टीट्यूट ने कितनी मेहनत की होगी इस प्रोग्राम को एक तरह से क्रिएट करने के लिए. इट्स नॉट इजी जॉब. फैकल्टी से मैं बोलना चाहिए, इट्स नॉट इजी जॉब. आपको लगता है कि नहीं ऑनलाइन सब कुछ हो गया, उस ऑनलाइन के पीछे कितने ऑफलाइन काम कर रहे हैं डे एंड नाइट, तब जाके एक प्रोग्राम सक्सेस होता है. डे एंड नाइट. पार्टिसिपेंट को रिटेन करना इतना आसान नहीं है, उनको रिसेप्टिव लेवल बनाना इतना आसान नहीं है, रिसोर्स पर्सन को लाना इतना आसान नहीं है, उस क्वालिटी का कंटेंट देना इतना आसान नहीं है, एंड फिर उसको बांध के रखना 5 दिन, वो और आसान नहीं है. आई एम टेलिंग रियली, आई सैल्यूट ऑल द मेंबर्स ऑफ द प्रोग्राम, ऑल द मेंबर्स, बिकॉज आई नो हम लोग डे एंड नाइट काम करते हैं, तब जाके हमको लगता है कि यार एक छोटा छोटा इवेंट भी है ना, मतलब कोई जूम मीटिंग में नेट ही नहीं आया तो इश्यू हो गया, इधर कनेक्टिविटी नहीं आई तो इश्यू हो गया, फिर वो पार्टिसिपेंट डाल रहा है कि सर मेरा सर्टिफिकेट इसलिए जनरेट नहीं हुआ, नेट नहीं आया. मतलब पूरे इंडिया में अभी हमारे यहाँ मैम ऑलमोस्ट 2.5 लाख लोग रजिस्टर कर चुके हैं फुल प्रोग्राम. 1.5 लाख लोगों को सर्टिफाइड कर चुके हैं. 60-70% लोग ही पास होते हैं पूरे प्रोग्राम में. कहीं ना कहीं एक रेशियो में आ रहा है, क्योंकि एग्जाम भी जितने लोग सीरियस हैं उतने एग्जाम में क्वालिफाई कर रहे हैं. फिर 5 डेज में से 4 डेज तो है ही है, 80% मार्क्स है, 60% कम अटेंडेंस है. पर मैं ये कहूंगा अगेन, आई एम टेलिंग ऑल द फैकल्टी मेंबर्स, यू आर द पार्ट ऑफ फैमिली, यू आर द पार्ट ऑफ फैमिली. जिस रोज आप ये समझेंगे ना, यू आर द पार्ट ऑफ फैमिली, देयर इज नो इश्यू. एंड हम लोगों का मन है इसमें से कुछ छांट के अच्छे रिसोर्स पर्सन्स को, अच्छी फैकल्टीज को, बहुत सारे इश्यू चल रहे हैं कि कहीं बाहर ट्रेनिंग करवाई जाए. क्योंकि आने वाले टाइम में हमको बेस्ट रिसोर्स पर्सन चाहिएगा, जिससे बेस्ट एक्सपोजर हो उसका, वही बेस्ट रिसोर्स पर्सन बन पाए. तो इन 2-3 साल में करीब ऑलमोस्ट हमारे पास 3 लाख फैकल्टीज का एक डेटा इकट्ठा हुआ है. लेट अस क्या मोड रखते हैं, चेयरमैन सर से बात चल रहा है, कैसे इनको एक अच्छे से अच्छा मतलब इंटरनेशनल एक्सपोजर दें, क्या कर सकते हैं, फिर लेवल बाई करते हैं. तो बहुत सारी बातें हैं, टाइम का एक कंस्टेंट रहता है. पर अगेन आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल टू ऑल, एंड एनी टाइम यू कैन कॉल मी, एनी टाइम यू कैन मेल मी, एनी टाइम, बट डोंट फील लो. एक ही मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है.
I would like to tell all the participants that whatever Dr. Girdharilal sir is saying, that you can contact me at any time, is not just another thing to say in the forum like this, but we have experienced that we can really contact him at any time. and he always comes out with a solution immediately. We have experienced that. So thank you very much, sir. You have been a great support. Our operational team, who is the main pillar of success of this program, they never ever feel tired of taking your name in several contexts. And I mean, they have the ones who have really experienced that support from your side, time and again, every time. Sandeep sir keeps talking about you always.
Sandeep is unique. Dr. Sandeep is unique, I'm telling you. Every time, so polite, so humble. Politeness pay every time, I'm telling you. Politeness, लाइफ में जीने के लिए टैलेंट नहीं चाहिए, ये पक्की बात बता रहा हूँ. बहुत ज्यादा टैलेंट नहीं चाहिए लाइफ को, अच्छी लाइफ को लीड करने के लिए. If you are natural, you are polite, things will happen according to you. And भगवान छप्पर फाड़ के देता है. And God bless to all team.
Sir, my two faculty, Dr. Priyanka and Sandeep, they have learned so much कि वो इतने perfect तैयार हो गए कि हम लोग उनको बोलते हैं अब तुमने अटल FDP की consultancy कर लो, कैसे apply करना है और कैसे कर सकते हो. मतलब these two people are so ready कि they can help each and everyone. I hope everyone participants have their number here, as in WhatsApp group we have created, but they would be available. Even I, Vishal sir, are always available to help you, to guide you to apply for AICTE ATAL wherever you need our help, the way we conduct it. So we are open to help, and especially Dr. Priyanka and Dr. Sandeep, they are always there with you for everything.
अभी हम लोगों ने कुछ प्रोग्राम है ना आपके इंटरनेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी प्रभात रंजन सर को दिए थे मैम, वो ऐसे प्रोग्राम थे आउट ऑफ द बे आइडिया लैब्स के.
हाँ सर,
फेस टू फेस प्रोग्राम किए मैम. वो प्रोग्राम पूरे इंडिया में चर्चा में है. वी आर सैल्यूट टू प्रभात रंजन जी, क्योंकि वो मैं उनको काफी लास्ट 20 ईयर से जानता हूँ. he is asset for your institute, actually, your group. He is a nuclear scientist and world fame. He is a nuclear पे उन्होंने बहुत काम किया, डिसेबल्स पे बहुत काम किया उन्होंने. उनके ब्लॉग आप पढ़ें कभी. मैं फैकल्टी को मतलब उनके आइडियाज होते हैं. हम लोग वहां से कुछ, क्यों हम लोग पहले DY पाटिल इंटरनेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी को कोई प्रोग्राम दे नहीं पा रहे थे, पर जैसे ही उनके साथ एक प्रोग्राम किया हमने, हम लोग अरे बड़ा अच्छा हुआ. फेस टू फेस था प्रोग्राम. तो इट्स योर एक्चुअली कई बार ऐसा आपका ग्रुप है ना अच्छा काम करता है तो पर लगता है ज्यादा ही प्रमोट कर रहे हैं. नहीं.
थैंक यू सर.
Sir, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Dr. Tejas here. Thank you for coming, sir. And you have really motivated our faculties also. And you have taken over the words with us. Definitely, you are the motivation for us. Because as Sandeep sir and all others were contacting you, and you have joined this meeting, that gave us really a good value, actually. Thank you for coming and thank you for motivating us.
मेरे को ना मैम मेरे को अच्छा लगता है जब हमारा प्रोग्राम सक्सेस होता है ना, तो हमको लगता है हम भर पाए एक्चुअली. तो मुझे वैलिडिटी सैंक्शन ये हमेशा अच्छा लगता है कि उसमें पता लग जाता है कि भाई हम लोगों को जो प्रोग्राम दिया था वो किस लेवल पे गया है, क्या रहा है, कैसे रहा है. देन हम नेक्स्ट प्रोग्राम प्लान करते हैं उस हिसाब से कि नहीं यार अच्छा रहा, तो अब थोड़ा सा कहीं फ्लॉ भी हो जाता है तो हम देखते हैं कि इसको ऐसे ठीक कर सकते हैं. तो आप लोगों को जरूर सजेशन जो भी हो, मैं हम लोगों को आपके सजेशन चाहिए पूरी टीम से कि कैसे और अच्छा कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि इंडिया में अब अच्छे लोगों की जरूरत है. ये पक्की बात. अब गुडी गुडी काम नहीं चलेगा. कि मैं आपकी बड़ाई करूं आप मेरी बड़ाई करें, वो बिल्कुल नहीं चलेगा. तो अब तो ये चलेगा जिसमें दम है, हाँ वो आगे चलेगा. और अप्लाइड, टोटल अप्लाइड, मतलब अब टाइम चला गया, गुडी गुडी वाला टाइम नहीं है.
Yes, sir, rightly said.
Thank you, sir. That was really an amazing and inspirational address, sir. We will definitely try to become a natural while working. We will try to give our 100% as a faculty to the students. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, sir. Thank you so much for gracing trust on DYPIMR. Thanks for motivating us. Today, we are very fortunate to have you as a guest and everyone who is attending the session. Now, I would like to call my colleague, Dr.
Gayatri ma'am, Sandeep sir, you're there? Priyanka ma'am, I think
Yes, sir.
one participant has raised hand. Vishal Patil sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. From last 5 days, all participants have attended knowledgeable sessions. So let's listen their feedback. So I request participants kindly share your feedback. So I request Vijayashri ma'am is also there. She would like to share her feedback. So Vijayashri ma'am, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. You are
Hello.
audible.
A very good afternoon to all. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share the feedback. Firstly, I thank Dr. Meghna Bilare Madam, Director DOIPMR, Dr. Vishal Sir, and the full team of DOIPMR for organizing such a well-coordinated and very informative FDP. Very apt topic, design thinking is selected for the FDP. Without understanding this topic clearly, the success of innovations and startups will be really doubtful. The speakers of the sessions on all the days were having expertise in this particular area, design thinking. On day one, thinking of innovative ideas, the speakers, Mr. Atul Kedia, Dr. Gurav, and Dr. Kamal Shah, with many examples, explain the role of design thinking in nurturing innovative ideas and entrepreneurship. Mr. Atul Kedia sir emphasized on understanding design thinking is an iterative process. He also mentioned the planning to match or exceed the exceeding benchmarks. Dr. Guru very nicely mentioned India being independent nation declared in August. Dr. Kamal Shah explained the concept of 6 thinking hats and its linkage to the topic design thinking. She also explained the importance of data collection from all the angles when we think of any development. Day 2, the speakers, Mr. Vinith Rajkumar sir and Ms. Manjari Madam explained the journey from idea to startup using the steps of design thinking. Manjari Madam also explained what is the importance of positive thinking when you are thinking of any startup and developing any idea. The third day, building design thinking framework, 6th January, the speaker, Dr. Balaram Durai sir, with enthusiastic engagement of the participants, explained all the steps of design thinking with many hands-on activities to understand every step. With very simple examples like alternative uses of pen, explain how creative thinking can be triggered. Sir, at the end of the session, provided lot many references for further explorations too. Day 4, recent trends in design thinking. Dr. Vidya Patil ma'am explained the role of various software tools and need for good teamwork while thinking of the startups. She also elaborated on how to identify various problem areas. The excellent session by Dr. Vishal Vadaskar sir on achieving academic excellence through application of design thinking. He explained how educational institutions with appropriate planning can encourage and nurture the innovative and startup ecosystems at the institute itself. He explained how DIPMR has taken the initiatives on digitizing activities at the institute level with establishing the digital marketing clubs. He explained all these initiatives with the steps of the design thinking process. An excellent session by Mr. Gururaj Dangre sir on topic innovative entrepreneurship, business systems and design, emphasize on experiential thinking. Sir, with many examples, explain the concepts of creative capture and delivery along with the concepts of business model canvas. Sir also explained the importance of disruptive innovations. Gururaj sir, with many examples, explain various types of innovations and emphasize on getting more on social innovations. Day 5, that is today, strategies for developing and testing the prototype. The speaker excellently, Mr. Shahid Ahmed, very rightly explained the importance of testing the prototypes before starting developing a final product. And I really sincerely thank the whole team here, and I really enjoyed all the sessions of this FDP. very informative and value-added sessions. Once again, I thank the full team of DYPIMR, and I sincerely thank AICTE and all the officials and Sir, Dr. Girdhari sir. It was really excellent remarks which were mentioned by you. And definitely it's the role of the teachers to contribute and not to compete. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable feedback. It encourages us as a team to organize such type of session in future also. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your feedback. Now I would like to request Sania, ma'am. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. So very warm good afternoon to everyone. This is Sania from Mates Institute of Pharmacy. First and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. Meghna Bhilare ma'am for being very kind and supportive. Just right now, she mentioned that she and her staff will be available for us to, take up on FDP. I think that is something I have not seen quite often. So I would just like to thank you for being very kind. And also apart from that, to Dr. Meghna ma'am, Vishal sir, and whole team of DY Patil Institute of Management and Research for organizing such an informative and wonderful workshop on design thinking. I in particular enjoyed the session of Dr. Atul Kedia sir, Gurav sir, Kamal Shah ma'am, Bala sir, and Shahid Ahmed sir. The workshop was a beautiful amalgamation of theoretical as well as practical knowledge-based session. I'm sure each one of us have understood basic concept of design thinking, its connection with entrepreneurship and product development. So again, I would like to express my sincere gratitude toward all the eminent speakers for sharing their idea and knowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your nice words. And yes, our director is I can say, she's the one who support us and she's the motivator for all of us as a team at DYPIMR. Now, I request Vishal Patil sir to share his valuable feedback.
Thank you, ma'am, giving me opportunity. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
First of all, very nice program, very informative program, and all the resource persons who have given us a wonderful information all about the design thinking. I really also thank the director of ATAL program and all who have given this opportunity to DYPIMR for organizing such a wonderful program. आजकल कैसा चाहिए कि अच्छा लोगों में शांति बहुत है, शांति नहीं, अब आजकल कैसा है कि क्रांति भी करना पड़ेगा। तो क्रांति भी एक एजुकेशन फील्ड में और कहीं इंस्टीट्यूशंस में भी ऐसे चाहिए कि जो आगे अपने देश को और अपने देशवासियों को और आगे ऐसे आने वाले स्टूडेंट्स भी हमारे देश में अच्छे बनते रहे और कहीं ना कहीं एक स्टैंड लेकर अपने कंट्री के लिए कुछ करें। हमारे पास भी एक मौका था, हमने भी एक मौका उसको ट्राई किया, फिर वहां से किसी तरह से धक्के खा के फिर किसी तरह इंस्टीट्यूशन में आए और प्रण लिया कि यहाँ से तो एटलीस्ट बदलाव लाएंगे। सो आज का एक प्रोग्राम और जो 5 दिन का प्रोग्राम वो देखकर बड़ी खुशी होती है कि ऐसा मोटिवेशन और ऐसा सपोर्ट दिया। मैं रियली डॉक्टर मेघना मैम से भी कहना चाहूंगा बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका। और मैं अपने गुरु नानक देव इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज से मैं चाहूंगा कि हम आपके पास कहीं फ्यूचर में कभी कांटेक्ट करें और किसी तरह का प्रोग्राम हम भी एक तरह से एक नए उद्भव से और नए उत्साह से इस युग को और आगे लेके जाएं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Definitely we will work together to achieve the new heights. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. Kirti Longe, ma'am, Ma'am,
I'm
you are
audible?
requested to share your feedback.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah, the FDP was really inspiring for the design thinkers, especially for entrepreneurship. Right, it was very informative. All the sessions from day 1 to day 5, no doubt. And I had already done this, I think the management information system, ATAL from your institute, and after that only I
Yes,
decided,
ma'am.
yes, now again I will take this FDP because the way it is coordinated, the way it is been, the speakers are being selected, and all the sessions are really, really informative. It was not just a sessions, but it was in a workshop mode. So practical experience, I know it's very difficult when we are in the online mode, but still a lot of efforts were taken to make this online sessions more practical oriented with so much different speakers and different activities which were taken during the sessions. Once again, I congratulate all of you for a wonderful sessions and wonderful FDP conducted. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words of appreciation. It motivates to work more harder. Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to request Karthik Nagarajan sir to share your valuable feedback with us. Karthik sir, over to you.
Good afternoon. Am I audible, ma'am? There are some internet issues on my side. Yeah, that's why I came from my
No, sir, you
office.
are perfectly audible.
Yeah, actually, I was sitting in and understanding the lecture in the laptop, but I came outside for the internet service. So, first of all, I'm Mr. Karthik Nagarajan, a professor in Pillai College of Engineering and Technology in Mumbai. I will really appreciate the kind of management and the kind of coordination the whole team has done. And I really salute the DY PATIL people who have really worked in from day 1 to day 5. It will be really illogical to leave one of the topics which was not well. Each and every topic covered in the last 5 days was really interesting, and I am personally doing a lot of research in the field of innovations and startups and personally. So I felt that all the lectures were up to the mark. And yes, I should say that Bala sir has given a very beautiful lecture on day 3, maybe if I'm not wrong on Wednesday. So amazing lectures. They not only spoke about how the research has to be done, how the startups has to be done, but exactly what is design thinking. Even though I go outside for giving lectures and seminars on the same topic, I am really happy to see that even after knowing many things, also there are still a lot of topics which are uncovered by me, and which still there are a lot of things which I have to learn. So I could say that design thinking is something where I will be always be a student, and I'm really happy the way your university, the way your college is taking this step, because I am also like you. I also do this kind of events, and I really appreciate the kind of work you all do. And each and everyone, I would not like to name any people here. Each and every from the Maushis to the peons to the principal, everyone, participants and everyone, they have taken a lot of efforts to make this come true. And a big salute and a lot of best wishes coming for the coming future. And even if in the future, if you need some kind of topics resource person, you can kindly consider me if required. So thank you, and a salute to you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. The participants like you, mentor like Girdhari Lal sir, resource person like Bala sir, Gururaj sir, Gurav sir, Vidya ma'am, like these resource person, we all together can make this FDP more successful. Thank you. Yes, anybody would like to share the feedback? Gitika ma'am has raised the hand. Gitika ma'am.
Hello. I am really very overwhelmed after looking at the kind of responses and feedbacks that DYP IMR is getting. DYP IMR is like a family to me. I have had an opportunity to interact with Meghna ma'am. She is a lady with golden heart. Vishal sir, Priyanka ma'am, and so many people. I must admit that I couldn't listen to all the sessions, especially Bala sir, because of some health constraints, which I will be listening to it, ma'am, on YouTube for sure. But yes, I listened. I listened to your first day's lecture and last 2 days. They were amazing, and I was regretting I missed the 2 days session, which I will be listening to. But whatever I could listen, I listened to Vishal sir's lecture. I listened to Manjari ma'am's lecture and Ahmed sir in the morning. It was amazing. It was really amazing, and the topics which were chosen and the way it was dealt, it gave me a new realm towards understanding design thinking. I really, it's, and also the most important part is this valedictory session where ma'am openly asked us, and not only asked but encouraged us to not only listen to the FDP sessions which happens on ATAL FDP, but also to become a part of it, which is really very commendable, ma'am. Next time whenever FDP happens, I look to it that I contribute in some or the other way, and I will. This is a motivation for me and many other participants also, not to just be on taking mode, but also not to be just on a receiving mode, but also to come into the other side of the realm, that is in the giving mode, also in contributing mode. So this is the most important takeaway for me in this FDP. So thank you so very much, ma'am, and I personally congratulate the whole team of DYP IMR. They have carried on this session very smoothly and also without any glitches. It was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your words of appreciation. Yes, we team at DYPIMR really work hard to achieve the excellence. Thank you so much, ma'am. So now, warm greetings to today's chief guest, Dr. Girdharilal Garg, sir.
Can I say something before you
yes, sir.
proceed
Yes,
to the
sir,
closing
sure.
remark? Okay, so
Yes, sir.
I have a very small appeal to all the participants that to increase, to integrate, I mean to accelerate the effectiveness of this FDP. Probably what we were thinking that we would try to reach to you on LinkedIn, and we would like all of you to have all of you on the DYPIMR LinkedIn page. And the idea is that we would want to keep on conveying you through the LinkedIn page what new things are happening at DYPIMR. And we also wish to know what new things are happening at your institutes, respective institutes. So you all are there in a WhatsApp group. So if you could please share your LinkedIn IDs there, it would be really great. And we would be able to do this very quickly, what I appeal to you just now. So
We have shared our link, sir Vishal sir, we have shared our LinkedIn link in the chat box right now.
Great. Thank you.
You all can connect with us.
Thank you.
मेरा ऑल पार्टिसिपेंट से कहना है कि जितने भी अपना ना सोशल मीडिया है ना, उसमें इसके बारे में जरूर लिखें कि कितना अच्छा रहा है प्रोग्राम. नाउ इट इज टाइम हैव कम. अच्छी चीजों के लिए फिर वही दादागिरी करनी पड़ेगी. यदि आपका पूरा स्क्रॉल करें मोबाइल, जितने भी लोग हैं उनको कहीं ना कहीं बताएं कि मैंने ये प्रोग्राम किया, इस प्रोग्राम में क्या क्या अच्छा लगा, वही बताएं जो आपने सीखा या जो अच्छा लगा. प्लीज मोटिवेट टू पीपल्स. क्यों अब ऐसा टाइम आ गया कि इतना अच्छा प्रोग्राम करके जा रहे हैं, तो आप जितने ज्यादा बोलेंगे उतना ज्यादा आपका रिटेंस भी रह जाएगा. और पूरे सोशल मीडिया में आप धमाल मचाएं. ये नहीं है, हमने AICTE के साथ, अटल के साथ या DYPIMR के साथ में किया प्रोग्राम. तो और ये फैकल्टी थे, ऐसे रिसोर्स पर्सन थे, और अपना भी सजेशन लिखे हैं उसमें कि मैंने मेरी लाइफ में क्या चेंजेस हुआ है, मेरे करियर में क्या चेंजेस हुआ होगा. जरूर एक सक्सेस स्टोरी की तरह लिखे. और यदि छोटा वीडियो बना के भेज सके तो हमारी AICTE साइट पे जरूर भेजें. हम पूरा हमारा नेशनल साइट है उस पर डालेंगे.
Yes, sir, surely we will do. So I request all the participants kindly particularly share your feedback on the social media. We will share our particularly links to like and share. Thank you, everyone. So now I take the honor and privilege.
अच्छा ही लिखे. पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट
So any suggestions are there? They are also welcome. So any suggestions from the participants, you can write down. Definitely, there is always scope for the improvement. So in the next FDP, definitely your suggestion we can implement. So you can write down the suggestions also in the chat box or in the WhatsApp group. So now, can I propose the vote of thanks, respected dignitaries? Yes. So, warm greetings to today's chief guest, Dr. Girdhari Lal sir, Assistant Director, AICTE ATAL Academy, Dr. Meghna Bilare, Director DYPIMR, Dr. Vishal Vadeskar sir, Associate Director DYPIMR, Dr. Tejashri Talla ma'am, HOD MBA, Dr. Shikha Dubey, HOD MCA, all my dear faculty colleagues and dear participants. I, Dr. Priyanka, on behalf of Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Management and Research, takes honor to propose a vote of thanks for AICTE ATAL Academy sponsored 5 days faculty development program on the theme Design Thinking to Nurture Creativity Leading to Entrepreneurship at Advanced Level, organized by DYPIMR. First of all, I am thankful to Almighty for giving us courage and spirit to arrange this glorified event. His blessings have turned this program into grand success. I am thankful to our management for giving us the opportunity to hold FDP at our institute. I am very much thankful to Dr. Somnath Patil, Secretary, Dr. D.Y. Patil Unitech Society for continuous support and advice, which greatly helped towards the successful organization of the FDP. I extend my thanks to our director, Dr. Meghna ma'am, Associate Director Vishal sir, Manisha Pawar ma'am for their inspiring mentorship in hosting AICTE sponsored faculty development program. We have been fortunate to have eminent speakers from academy and industry. I sincerely thank Dr. Atul Kedia, Dean, DJ Academy for Design Thinking, Coimbatore, Dr. A.M. Gurav, Dean, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, Dr. Kamal Shah, Dean, R&D, Thakur College of Engineering and Technology, Mumbai, who have spotlighted design thinking principles to generate innovative ideas which leads to entrepreneurship. On the second day of FDP, Dr. Sachin Kadam, Director ICT Bharati Vidyapit Pune, Professor Mangesh Tambe, Mr. Nilesh Borate, Dr. Sunil Joshi for giving an excellent coverage on adapting design thinking in startups and entrepreneurship through panel discussion. I would like to thank Mr. Vineet Raj Kapoor for making excellent presentation on design thinking, how to think right. I especially liked Ms. Manjiri Latte's session, who is certified master trainer Earthwise for eye-opening session on stress management. I extend my special thanks to Dr. Bala Ramadurai sir, who is author, coach and consultant and professor at NPTEL, who is known as design thinker, entrepreneurship and technology for forecasting and enlightening on design thinking framework. He has used lot of exercises and live examples in his session. I am thankful to Dr. Vidya Patil, Dr. Vishal Vadeskar sir and Dr. Gururaj Dangre sir, who shared their views on innovative entrepreneurship, business systems and design. I extend my sincere thanks to Mr. Shahid Ahmed, who is design manager at Ola Electrical Mobility Private Limited, for his thought-provoking session. At last, I want to thank all the speakers for adorning their thoughts and making this 5-day journey more informative and knowledgeable. Our sincere gratitude goes to today's guest of honor, Dr. Girdhari Lal sir, and Learning Academy, AICTE, for gracing the valedictory ceremony of this FDP. Today, we had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this is definitely encourage us in our future events. It has been our pleasure to host all the participants of AICTE ATAL sponsored FDP. The participants were very enthusiastic. I am sure that the participant must have benefited by attending this FDP. All the participants have made this event more graceful and glorified. Such a big event would not be possible without your active participation. You really put your zeal and zest to make it successful. We all know An event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheel starts rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and a bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very dynamic and dedicated faculty members of Institute who are always actively involved to make your 5-day journey more comfortable and knowledgeable at DYPIMR. I extend my sincere thanks to Shikha ma'am, HOD MCA, and Talla ma'am, HOD MBA, for their enormous cooperation and continuous support in the organization of this event. Yes, my sincere thanks to Mr. Ravi sir for making all technical arrangement in flawless manner. Thank you, Ravi sir. My thanks also goes to entire DYPIMR team who gave their precious time in organizing this event. I cannot thank everyone enough for their involvement and contribution to make this FDP as a grand success. Entrepreneurs are the change agents. Entrepreneurs are the captains of industry. Entrepreneurs are the harbinger of economic development. They are the catalyst agents for change in the society. By these words, above statements, one can imagine the importance of entrepreneurship and innovation management in our economy. To nurture the entrepreneurship among the young generation in our student, let's start to think in a creative and innovation way. Thank you one and all. Now, I would like to request everyone to join for the national anthem. So, with this note, I conclude that this FDP is over. Now, the test evaluation link will be shared in the chat box. So, link is open. So, participants can attempt the examination. The link will be open till 6 p.m. today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Girdhari Lal sir, for your valuable presence in our FDP. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Meghna ma'am, Vishal sir, for your support.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.